Testing, testing. Testing, testing.
How's it going, Mr. Gus?
Hello.
How are you doing, sir?
Good, buddy. Good, man. Looking forward to a session.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be a fun one.
Yeah. It's always with these guys.
Well, see how things go, I guess.
Right. As a game master, I have very limited, but I understand the role that you play, and God bless you, sir.
Wrangling cats does not
Right,
do
exactly.
justice. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to grab a drink here real quick
Let's do
and
it. Yeah, I just jumped in a little early because I
okay.
wanted to make sure I had everything set up.
No worries. Are you feeling good about the character and everything?
Oh
Or is there
yeah.
anything you want to adjust or anything you wanted to ask about or anything like that?
No, I'm still obviously learning basically role play in this fashion. So um, I still have I still have to figure out how to get into character and not feel self-conscious and make sure that I understand everything that's going on all at once.
Yeah. Then you're doing fine.
All right, good.
If that's your that's where you're struggling, you're doing fine because that is like everyone has that difficulty, and that even comes down to the day. I mean, sometimes it's easier or harder for me to do it as well, and
Right.
I don't know. I'm sure there are some people where that feeling fully goes away, but like I said, maybe probably not everyone, definitely not me. So
That's awesome.
I think you're doing good.
Well,
So
good.
I would just that comes with time and everything. So.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so I'm just gonna be along for the ride and have some fun with you guys.
Well, we're excited to have you, man. So
Yeah.
I will be right
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Take your time. I'm gonna get some stuff myself.
I come in here and there's nobody in the chairs.
What am I, fucking chopped liver? Kiss my ass.
Well, I don't see your camera, sir.
Just assume I'm not here.
I mean, I thought you'd have a camera on. I came in here, literally, Chris is gone, Gus is gone, Trey's gone, Aaron's on mute. He's probably talking to some Asian lady.
Yo, yo,
and then
yo.
Your camera was off. What up, Gus Bus? I
How much,
figured-
buddy?
Hey, the
Burn
watch
John.
together link isn't working again.
Damn it.
What up, Chris?
It'd be really cool if you could get that right one of these weeks.
I dislike you. Which one works?
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. How are you, Gus?
Good, good. I'm fighting a little bit of an upper respiratory, so I might be muting and you'll see me hacking. if
Oh,
I mute
man.
off to the side.
Those are the best. That means
Right?
that means you have like a voice without even trying. You got
That's
like
right.
a character voice without even
That's,
trying.
that's right. Right. Just good enough for the soldier.
Does that one work, Jim?
I'll check.
Click it now. Tell me.
Yes, it does.
John, Love, Death, and Robots. Get into any of them?
I finished the second one.
Oh, I love the second one.
The first, so I went through the first and the second one. I'll finish them tonight because I love those.
Yeah, they're super good.
The crab one, that was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
That was my favorite, and then there was another favorite.
The crab one was giving me serious Cthulhu vibes.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
Cthulhu. I'm like, oh man.
Like how he was talking through the person and the person kept like deteriorating
Yeah,
over the
as it-
show.
over
Like
time, yeah.
so good.
I don't know. I really like a lot of the other ones in this season though.
I didn't like the first one, the robot one. I was like, a little preachy, guys, a little preachy.
Yeah, the first, because they did another one with those same characters in a different season, and it was okay. It was,
Yeah, it was so fine. And then the cat, I was like, okay, all right, okay.
I really enjoyed Honey Badger.
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Honey Badger. Who did Honey Badger?
I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, don't. I'm just trying. I'm trying to remember. I'm like, I kind of watched them all while I was working, so they were kind of in the background.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah, go back and watch Honey Badger. It was like episode 4 or 5.
okay.
I really enjoy like the whole premise of the shorts. So I think still my favorite one so far is that mech one where they were farming and all the hordes of things were coming. Like, God, I just thought that was so cool.
That was super cool.
That the one with the alien that would change like their minds, like thinking what was happening. It's like a deep space horror one. That was so cool. Like making think they survived and all that. I thought that was rad.
I don't remember.
It was like the first one or the second one of season 1.
Okay.
It was like they went on this journey and they crash landed and they think they survived and then come to find out they actually died or were still in their station pods, and the like spider alien was like in their brains making them think they survived.
Survived it, yeah.
It's pretty cool. Jim, have you watched any of those? The Love and Robots? Love, Sex, and Robots?
No.
It's a Netflix series, and it's all animated shorts from different artists and animators, and it is really good. And there's season 3 just dropped yesterday, I guess. Or was it today?
I'm not sure.
It wasn't,
I
it
think
wasn't on Wednesday
I
because I
think
was
it was-
watching.
Yesterday.
They had it highlighted today when I turned on Netflix. That's why I started
Yeah.
watching it.
No, I was super happy you told me because I had no idea. Had no idea. How you been, Jim?
I'm alright.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How was work?
Work is work, man.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Annoying bullshit all day.
Well, you have that too.
Yeah. Like today that I needed to compile a list, which was easy enough. But he told me he wanted like the radon tests that had a value over 4. right? And so I did that, and it was like, I'm manually counting the PDF, and there's more than you have. There's 52, and I'm like, I put the ones in over 4, and he's like, I wanted the did not register ones too, and I'm like, it would have been useful if you had told me that. Like, Jesus, people just are annoying.
So that doesn't work through osmosis.
No. I mean, I'm really good at anticipating what my bosses want because it makes my life easier. But you know, straight up mind reading, especially when you say like, I want values over 4, like do not register or did not register is not over 4. That usually means it's under the margin of error threshold, which means it's fine. I don't know, we were doing this one property, there's like radon scores over like 12, which is really bad. Anything over 4 requires a retest, anything over 7, they have to put in like radon exhaust fans in the apartments.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and these are at like 12. which means they've been at 12 for like at least a year. Because the property was built in 2020. So it's been like sitting there with fucking radon.
Dude, that shit causes cancer, man.
Not if you don't tell the tenants. I didn't want to cause it.
Still does.
Well, no, that's the part that sucks is because they're required by, like, you know, federal law. They have to put in radon remediation fans, and they have to tell the tenant.
Right.
So, like, you know, like 40 years from now, that guy gets cancer, and they can say, you know, they can come back. I don't know if there's like a statute of limitations, but it's just one of those things. Like, sucks. And of course, and then there's always those fucking property owners who are like, do we really have to do that? Can we wait until it turns? I'm like, no, you can't wait until it fucking turns. You can't wait till the tenant moves out so you don't have to tell the fucking next tenant. Fucking do it now. Just, people are fucking ridiculous.
Art of being human.
Oh, just annoying.
How are we doing, gentlemen?
Doing good, sir.
Oh my god.
Every
Not
time.
intentional.
You and your
I
fucking
keep hitting
voices.
the fucking wrong button. I'm sorry. It's a hotkey.
Well,
That
unhot
hotkey
it.
is set up so that I can do it in Call of Duty and shit.
It needs to be
and
a
I
cold
forget.
key, sir.
Yeah, cold key it.
Cold key that bitch.
All right. Welcome back, gentlemen. Who wants to start us off with a little recap act?
Can you set me up another note, Chris?
Motherfucker.
I put my recap in the group chat.
Did you really? I missed this.
Yeah, the Charlie Day. That was great.
You should have one created in your folder.
There you
I
go.
gotta figure out this Foundries thing, how I can make it so you can create journal entries. Anyway, you posted it in the thing. Let me find it. Is it the picture of your notes? Is that your recap?
No, it's the Charlie Day gif. I was making a joke.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
If you've seen Jim's notes, it'd make a lot more sense too.
There's a
Well,
picture of
yeah, he posted a picture
there's
of
a
him.
picture of my notes.
That's what I'm. All right,
Yeah.
here we go, guys. Recap from Jim's notes. There is a D80 361962, and I think there were some ores, and definitely the Harkonnen did something. There was a last mayor, and Corintha Carl.
Corinthia.
But then there's it's hyphen something else.
Do you want me to read mine?
No, I was trying to. The next one says Canley. I wrote it down so I could remember it.
Okay. You don't have to read them. You can just
Here,
I was
I'll
just seeing if
read
I wanted
mine. I'll
to
read
chime in
mine.
with anything.
Housekeeping from last session. Move subtly allows one to keep initiative without spending momentum. It does not allow you to act after the move. Jason Shanud have new traits. I think we got suggestible. It's induced by poison from the Gold Cloaks. I'm calling them Gold Cloaks. I don't know if that's what they're actually called, Chris.
That's all right. You can call them what you want.
So started off the session. We captured a Gold Cloak alive. He's been stabbing himself in the chest with a poison needle the whole time. Pablo and Maria enter the hallway calling for a doctor. Big McLajuge responds. Pablo appears to have been poisoned, same as Janud and Jace. The group converges on Jace's room and regroups. Gil sends his conscripts to investigate the guard detachment when Janud notices there is no guard detachment in the wing. We have been betrayed. Conscript returns to tell us one guard was there. Their throat was cut. Surveillance equipment was still rolling. We are totally surrounded. Welcome, Gus. We've been interrogating the Gold Cloak. He is speaking a foreign language. We get a translator from Gloria. These are quotes from the Gold Cloak we were interrogating. I look forward to returning to the shores of Agrilas. We can go anywhere Mother commands. Mother directs us for our purpose. You are in the way, the darkness between worlds. You are what keeps us apart. Mother is the warmth that shines upon you and makes you run. She beckons her children home. Agrilas is home. It is the heart of the universe. We have no house. We support the king. Apparently we got a complication out of this. I don't think we ever did elaborate on what that ended up being, Chris. Jace recalls suite schematic for safest route to shuttle, going to guard shack to gather surveillance footage first. Gloria surmises this must be retaliation for our poison wine. She heard of multiple Clarinthia deaths, including 2 house members. We successfully smuggled the family onto the transport and back to our home planet. We got word from Corinthia informant that we killed 36 people, 2 of 6 sons to Corinthia, the first and third in line to the throne. Analyzed security footage. Someone gave a guard a kill order. He moved to the security hub and killed his fellow guard on duty. Appears to be a Bene Gesserit bitch, not necessarily a member of the order. Ordered suggestible members to kill. Come with me. We got that based on, I think, lip reading.
Yeah, from the video.
Okay. Gil learns from another soldier that Agrilas used to be a planet with gold-masked individuals. He was conducting reclamation of a small house to another habitable world. Boxes had white shields with a black branch and snake. Archived Planets database reveals a planet in the Ruidat system. The star, Junglar, grew to red giant and threatens to swallow the whole system. Empire and
years.
Say what?
1200 years.
1200 years, okay. Empire enacted reclamation and offered to move all willing individuals off planet. Agrilas was a water-based world, exported fish and aquatic delicacies for consumption, ruled over by major house Atreides, 3 different minor houses. All moved to another water-based system. House Glenwood specialized in underwater farming, rice fields and such, not aligned with any house currently. We returned to Persephone. Council meeting was called, going to approach House Glenwood about the Gold Cloaks. Watch out for reprisals from Corinthia. Heading to Glenwood for info on Gold Cloaks. Sending assets to Arrakis to gather info on Haderach. Glenwood envoy is Lincoln. Mentat is Tumult. They tell us the Gold Cloaks are known as the Specters. They congregated in smaller fishing villages on Agrilas, grew in popularity as the reclamation picked up. Sort of a cult. They revere the Golden Mother. The Tlilaxu took over Agrilas when Glenbrook's family pulled out. Rise of the Specters is connected to the Tlilaxu. Arrakis news. The Kwisatz Haderach is an off-world savior sent to return the jungles to Arrakis. And that's where my notes end.
Jesus Christ, this is some good notes.
Did you record all that in game, or did you go back and watch the VOD?
No, I recorded it all while we were playing.
Jesus, man, you are
Trey,
Impressive.
We need
More-
to talk about how you keep notes because that's fantastic.
I thought
But
Anything
I
that sounds
was-
interesting, I write it down.
Okay.
I thought I was an
have
advanced note taker.
Sons of the Patriarch.
Sons of the Patriarch.
Yeah.
I did not get that in my notes.
Sons of the Patriarch.
Yeah.
Are you sure you weren't watching something else and recorded that down? I don't remember saying that. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't. But
Oh, never mind. Never mind. Sorry. It's 2 of 6 Sons of the Patriarch. They're talking about the assassinations. Never mind.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. You guys killed 2 of the heirs
right.
to your rival house.
Next in line and then 6th in line or whatever the fuck it was.
I think it was 3rd in line. I think you guys took out 2
First
of the
and
top
third.
3.
Oh, first and third.
Yeah, we
I will say, I'm running on about 4 hours sleep for the last 2 days, so I may not be as diligent in my note taking tonight. So if someone else wants to pick up the slack, you go right ahead.
Why are you not sleeping?
Wednesday night, I guess I ate something weird. I had a stomach ache until like 3 o'clock in the morning, then ended up getting diarrhea. And then last night, we're getting ready to go to bed, and the drain pump on our washing machine took a shit. So I spent about 4 hours taking that apart and cleaning it and getting all the hair and shit out of it and putting it back in so that we could wash our clothes.
DIY.
And then this morning you shaved Lillian's head because of all her hair.
I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it. No, I found 2 bobby pins, a literal fucking Nerf gun bullet, and then a scrunchie.
Yep.
The Nerf gun bullet is not surprising at all.
Just look at that beard. Half the hair could be Trey's beard.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so one quick note before we jump into it. You guys, I'm asking you to help me out here a bit. So, advancement points. You guys gain an advancement points if you are defeated in combat. You also gain an advancement point if you fail a test with a difficulty of 3 or higher, which I think you guys have done a couple times now. And you gain an advancement point whenever I spend 4 or more points of threat at a single time. So,
Which I don't think you've done yet, have you?
I have not done. I am terrible
even
about
used
spending my
any threat?
I haven't. I'm bad at it. So
Okay.
I've made a note to try and get better at doing it. So expect some fucking threat use. I'm
Okay.
sitting at 8. This is ridiculous. Yeah, but so just keep an eye out for those 3 things. If one of them happens and I don't call out for those involved to gain an advancement point,
So wait, so we get advancement points when we fail?
yes, because you are growing in your fail. You failed forward.
What are we,
Dune is
fucking
all about-
Democrats?
Dune
Okay.
is all about
Sorry.
learning from
So
your
wait, have you issued us some?
I tried to issue a backlog last session.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got
I
advancement
issued you
points
10.
last session.
Yeah. So I'm not issuing you any for right now, but I'm just saying keep an eye out.
Okay, no, the reason I ask, I've got 7 on my sheet right now. I think I kept a few last session to buy like assets and stuff, but I didn't think that I'd kept that many.
Yeah, I issued 10, and I
Okay.
think some people use them to buy some, I think some stats and stuff, but
I think I used
Yeah.
3 to get that translator.
that may be it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I have all 10, so just tell me when to use.
Well, what were the 3 things? It was threat use.
Threat use of 4 or more points at one time. Whenever you as a player fail with a test of difficulty 3 or higher, and whenever you are defeated in combat. Those are like the other one is called adversity, and it basically you gain an advancement point from facing difficult situations, and that's kind of like GM discretion basically. So I'm not asking. I will kind of try and remember to issue that one. But those other 3 are kind of like game mechanics. So it's very easy for you guys to say, hey, we just failed the test under 3, you know, and then we can issue out advancement points. So, and the good part about this game is you basically get them immediately, so you can then turn around and use them if you want. So, saying that, I don't remember if you guys actually left Agentu, where the home of the house that you guys were visiting, to return to Elysium. So I leave that up to you guys if you did or not.
I think we were on the ship and we were having a discussion as to why genocide was a bad idea.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So you guys. So I will say you guys were returning to Elysium, and so on your way and making it back to your house. Oh, you also did. There was one thing in your notes I think that was left out, which was that you guys sent. I think it was conscripts or spies, one of the two, to Arrakis while you guys were doing that, and that came back with that information about
The Bene Jesuits,
the
right?
the,
Or the
the
Kwisatz
Kwisatz Haderach.
Haderach. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, just to be clear where that came from, that was that little side mission occurred and was completed, and so that's what you got when they returned. So with that being said, anything I guess that you guys are doing at the moment or planning? I don't know if you completed discussions, but before we jump into any first scenes, anything that you guys want to discuss amongst the players?
All right, so we're going to Agrilas. What are we doing there exactly?
No, we're going back to we're heading home.
Oh,
We're
okay.
trying to figure out what we're going to do.
I was saying you guys were already at home, and that's when the spy master returned to you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you guys also talked to the one guard captain's wife, by the way. That was the other
Oh,
one.
that's right.
You guys went and interrogated the
pretty.
the guard's wife. So, anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Is Aaron Cadella here?
Yeah, I'm
There
here.
he
I'm
is.
here all the time.
There he is.
Hi, buddy.
Well, I will say, as you guys return home, you receive a notice from Pablo that there is a meeting, important meeting that you must attend this evening prior to dinner. And so that'll be the start of the first scene that I have. So like I said, unless you guys we can jump there, or if you guys had something you wanted to discuss, then I will allow you to do that. Or something else you want to do.
I'm just gonna reiterate that Jace does not feel that nuclear weapons or genocide of any kind is a good idea.
Whoa, no one said nuclear weapons. No one's talking about breaking the treaty.
They were
Were
talking
they?
about it last week with Agrilas. Yes, they were.
I thought they were talking about
Oh.
making a black hole inside the planet core and
Yeah.
killing
All right.
everybody.
Any kind of genocide is a bad idea. Okay, we're not going to do that. That's against the rules of Canley. We're not doing it. And technically, I don't think any members of House Corinth, right? Yeah, House Corinth are on that planet, so we have to be very careful as to how we deal with the gold-faced people.
Your passion and logic has swayed me. I am with you.
And also, I was thinking about this. I know Maria thinks that the two things are connected, but I don't think that they are, because if these guys came from another planet to try to assassinate us, they wouldn't have had time between the time that Canley was declared and the time that we got attacked. I don't think they would have had time. So I don't think it was in retaliation for what we did to Corinth. I think it's a separate thing. Like, it may be connected in some way, but I don't think that it's a straight cause and effect.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't think they were coming to assassinate us though. I think they were just trying to make us suggestible, like they had done with some of the guards and stuff that were on duty. Although, would that be metagaming, Chris? Do I know what they've injected me with at this point?
Yes.
Yes.
Aaron-
So Big McLarge took a sample and
Okay.
had identified what it was.
Okay.
That it was like a neural agent, and he is actually working on the quote unquote cure
Okay.
for it.
Although, to be
So-
fair, he's also skinning people to see what he can do with his meat suits.
Hey,
Priorities.
don't encourage him, okay?
Well, I mean, I guess I
There's
would
no
assume the
encouragement. He doesn't need it.
suggestibility would be trying to get the House to vote on a certain matter a certain way or something along those lines. I don't know why they would. Did they only inject Pablo or did they inject Maria as well? Did we ever check her blood?
I believe it was only Pablo.
Yeah. So after looking at them and then also based on the reactions, it appeared only that Pablo was injected, not Maria.
Okay, well, I guess would you say that's confirmed or will we need to take a blood sample from her to confirm that?
I'll say it's confirmed. I mean, in the taking care of the royal family and all that, I would say, Big was able to rule out that anyone else was injected in the royal family.
Okay. I guess knowing what we know, they probably need to put him under lock and key, seeing as people who had other similar poisons in them were commanded to kill and they just walked up and slit someone's throat. So if they were trying to kill,
Well,
Pablo Sr., they just tell Pablo Jr., hey, go stab your dad, and he'd go do it, ostensibly. That probably goes the same for me and you as well, Jace.
yeah. Big Shoes. Are you working on an antidote for that?
Yeah. Well, I think I already completed it and synthesized it last session.
So yes, so you did complete it, and I would say with the time spent traveling to Jintu and back, you guys, I would say that it is now complete. And what that does is it will allow you to, what was it? It was the use of motivation, I believe.
From me?
Well, I mean, it could be, it would just be, I guess, from the party. But it was, where is that freaking chart? Oh, here we go. Yeah, so for now that you've synthesized it, I would say you can spend two. John, are you talking to us or are you talking to somebody else? Okay.
Sorry, my wife.
Nope, you're good. So for basically, I would say after the investigation and the setup, you can use the create a trait feature for using 2 momentum points, and you can create the trait of cured effectively for the members of your house. If you guys want to spend the 2 momentum.
Yeah, let's do that, please. Thank
Do
you,
it.
guys.
In.
So then I would change your suggestible trait to cured instead of suggestible for those who were poisoned. And Pablo does the same.
Thank you. Good job, Doc.
I'm a good doctor.
He's not only good at skin suits.
Yeah, you're now a meat. You're now cured meat.
That's right. Can't have unhealthy beings.
Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, so shall we go to the meeting, fellas?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get
All right,
on it.
so since we're starting a new scene, you guys lose 1 momentum point. At the new scene, as you guys enter into the meeting hall for the with Pablo is there, Maria is there, as well as Gloria, your spy master, is present, and Gloria kind of gives you the like the other summoned individuals nod, like welcome to the party. And also there is a woman you guys have not seen before.
Hang on, real quick. I have a talent called passive scrutiny. When I enter a scene, I can ask for one question of the game master as though I'd spent momentum to obtain information. At what point would you allow me to use this? Did you want to finish giving your introduction, or do you want me to ask a question now?
I would say let me finish giving the introduction and traits.
Okay.
And I think that way you have the information.
Okay.
Because I don't want you to ask it for something I'm already going to give willingly.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just
So,
want to double
yeah.
check.
So, as you guys enter, did everybody get the artwork that I put up?
Yes.
So as you guys enter, you see a woman standing there, very regal stature. For those of you who are familiar with it or have any knowledge of the Bene Gesserit Sisterhood, which is as far as most of you are aware, I believe all of you are aware, unless you have some sort of secret knowledge or feat or something else. Basically, the Bene Gesserit Sisterhood is a group of female individuals which often act as high-ranking advisors and a knowledgeable sect to all of the royal houses and families. A lot of times, it is kind of measured. It is a statement of power if your house has achieved a stature to where the Bene Gesserit are want to place with you an advisor. And the advisors are often highly regarded as they are rumored to always have knowledge about things they shouldn't, as well as there are the rumors around that they have special abilities, and they are oftentimes referred to as the witches of the Bene Gesserit by those who are unfamiliar with their with their sect. So as you enter, she's kind of standing there quietly, as Pablo is starting to address her, but mostly waiting for you. They're committing to a little bit of small talk about her travel and other stuff. But as you guys enter, that is what you see. So you are free to ask your question if you would like.
So she's the only person in the room that we don't recognize at this point. Is that correct?
Correct.
Is she I guess would her attire be similar to what we saw in the security footage that we saw from the Landsrad meeting?
No, not in a way. Outside of her being dressed formally,
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily. There's nothing else that would associate her with the other individual.
Okay.
So she the woman in I'm trying to I don't want you to take anything from this. I'm just saying she's dressed regally. The woman in the video was also dressed regally, but other than that, they're not sharing any color schemes. Any of the adornments that they're wearing are similar.
Okay.
Nothing between the two, other than they both look like high class women
Okay.
of stature.
Is that going to be my question, or can I ask? I guess if I had to ask a question now, I'd ask: does she have any obvious weapons or anything on her?
That first question I wouldn't count as I would have told you that no matter what. So
Okay.
So your question in regards to your feat is does she have any obvious weapons?
Yeah. Does she appear to be armed in any way?
She does not.
Okay.
She does not appear to be armed at all. And as a matter of fact, what you notice as you walk in, as a adept smuggler and someone who likes to hide things, her attire is how do I want to put this? Is revealing in a sense to a fault. It is clear, not only does she not seem to be hiding something, but she has dressed in a way which would make hiding something seem almost impossible. She wants you to feel like she is know that she is not hiding anything. Does that make sense?
I guess she's trying to put us at ease, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Like her sleeves are tight, so there's no baggy clothes. Right. She does not have like any type of like obvious places where you could hide weapons or even a shield belt. Yeah, I think that's the best way to say it. Is
Okay.
the way she is dressed is almost, in a sense, to put you at ease that she is not a threat.
Does she realize that makes suspicious people even more suspicious of her?
Of course you would be, but
Well, I mean,
That
operating
is not
under
her-
the assumption that the Bene Gesserit are a monolith, she probably doesn't need to bring a weapon because she feels like she just had at least 2 walk into the room with her.
Yo, that body's a weapon.
I'm operating under the assumption they don't know that we have
gives
cured
a
their
high five.
suggestibility. And she probably, if she needed to do something, would probably just command us to do it.
Well, if the other person was allied with the Bene Gesserits.
Does this one plug in?
Yeah, you need to... hang on, I need
Sorry.
like 3 minutes.
Okay.
okay, no worries.
Sure.
I have no comment about that suggestibility question. John, were you going to say something?
I just said to Gus's comment about her body being a weapon. I said Jack just reaches over and gives her a high five. Just
Oh man.
Now, with the artwork, does that convey like her true emotion? Like, almost why would she be so upset? Or did I miss that in the storyline somewhere?
No, not necessarily. She does not look angry, but she does look a person who commands, who is not necessarily commanding, who is almost like demanding of respect. If that makes sense. Like there's like the old Roman adage, like any Roman should be able to walk around underneath the cloak of Rome. Right, like they're basically invulnerable to every other city-state because they are Roman, and that is like their armor.
Pax Romana, bitches.
Yeah, it's basically that, but it's like Pax Bene Gesserit. You know what I mean? So she almost has like an uncanny confidence, which is basically I wear the cloak of Bene Gesserit, and therefore I am untouchable to you.
Right.
That makes sense.
If you kill a Bene Gesserit, the whole order is.
Yeah.
it's almost as
Right.
bad as if you fuck with the spice people.
Right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you don't
So-
do it.
So I would say she's not coming off as like, because the picture that I posted up kind of looks like she's a little bit aggressive or angry. She's not coming off like that,
You
but
get-
she's coming
I-
off stern.
It looks like she's sad and crying. She's
Right.
got
That,
tears.
that's
Oh.
that's where I was coming.
Never
There's
mind.
more
I didn't
sadness.
see that until it got blown up this big. So no.
Chris
Okay.
Chris has found his path in life. It's so
That's right.
chill.
It's right. Yeah. So as you guys enter and kind of take your place along the edge of the room, where Pablo is, and like I said, everybody else is there. Pablo, acknowledging you all have arrived, turns to her and he says, "So, I believe you said Sister Guy it was. What is it that brings you here, and what is it that messages you have for this house?" And with that, she, speaking directly to Pablo, but she will, occasionally be a good orator and look around the room a bit. But she notes, she begins to speak. She says, "Well, it has come to the sisterhood's attention that you may have had an encounter with someone who appears to be
Just lost
that appears to be charading as one of the sisterhood. And we were hoping that the Bene Gesserit could provide you with resources, and so that your house, and our faction could work to discover the real drive behind your attack." And with that, Pablo kind of listens and clearly absorbing what's going on. And then he turns to you guys and he says, "Well, I have brought together all of those who were involved in that attack and have been investigating the outcome of those events. So if you have questions, you may ask now. And then he turns to look at you guys. And what do we have anything that might be of interest to the Sisterhood as far as our investigation has currently gone?
What? First, greetings, sister.
And before you say anything, in your house language that you guys kind of have, that is like not necessarily a secret language, but is like the level of communication that you guys have. Pablo gives you the signal to not reveal too much.
Sorry, do we have this woman's name yet?
Yeah, it's Sister Gee.
Sister Gee. Gii.
I thought you said it was Sister D. And I was like, yeah, it is.
Do we know why she's here
Gives
yet?
Gus another high five.
Double D.
Apparently she's coming on behalf of the Bene Gesserit to let us know that it came to their knowledge that we were attacked by people who are not aligned with the Bene Gesserit, but appear to be. So, Sister Gee, what do you know about these false Bene Gesserits?
Well, we've learned very little of the actual attack, but from what we understand, the assaulters were trying to appear as one of the Sisterhood, and in fact tried to mimic some of our training in adept communication, as to be persuasive with some of your house members. Although we do not have the full details, so I cannot be sure if this was merely just an attempt to direct blame towards the Sisterhood, or if it is something that we should be more concerned about. And I guess seeing that you're Mentat and clearly an advisor to the house, she in a way kind of tries to calm your your suspicions of her, and she says, "I assure you, the Sisterhood is here merely to try and assist in discovering the reason and the perpetrators of this attack. And I need you to roll me a communicate roll."
Anything behind it, or just communicate?
It would be a communicate. What do you mean by anything behind it?
I don't know. So communicate. Duty.
Can I just say this music makes this part so fucking intense?
Okay. So, since this is almost like can I get away with using my focus for interrogation because I'm trying to not give her the information that she wants?
So you're using your interrogation focus almost as a defense against interrogation?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. As skilled interrogators know the tricks, they would be able to say, they would be able to call it out. Well, not call it out, but at least have some proof against it.
I'd allow it.
Okay.
So you have to beat 2 successes. Okay. you feel as though she's probably telling the truth.
Chase feels as though she's telling the truth. Okay.
Without metagaming.
Well,
you
no,
feel
I
as
mean,
though she's telling the truth.
I know. I'm separating in my head.
No, I gotcha. I'm just saying.
Separating in my head. Sister, let me ask you this: what does your order know anything about? I'm gonna, while I'm shuffling my papers, I'm rolling my eyes back and getting information.
Entering your mind power.
Yes. The planet Agrilas?
I do not. That's a fucking good question. I've heard of the planet. I do not know too much about it.
Well, our investigation led us there. We spoke with House Glenwood, and we were able to ascertain that there seems to be a sect on that planet who traipse around in gold masks.
What I can tell you about that planet is that the Bene Gesserit has not had anyone stationed there now since the removal of the houses years ago. We do have Sisterhood does have envoys with House Atreides and the other major houses, but I do not believe we had any other envoys with any of the smaller houses that were stationed upon Agrilas.
That's where our investigation led us, and to an organization known as the Specters. And of course, any information that you can give us regarding this would definitely help both of us to come to a mutually beneficial resolution of whoever these false people are. And with that, I'd like to roll.
What are you rolling?
My interrogation. Well, not my interrogation, but to communicate with neurolinguistics to plant the idea in her head to give us as much information as she can for a mutually beneficial resolution.
Oh, okay. You want to communicate off?
Yeah.
All right.
I gotta start pumping more points into communicate.
I am going to buy an extra dice.
Well, fine.
What drive are you using for this?
Drive is duties for the house.
Okay. 3 successes. And so I will remind the rest of the party, you are able to assist and add a singular dice. One of you can add a singular dice roll, communicate dice roll.
I'm gonna use the
at risk of complication.
I'm gonna use the momentum point if that's okay with you guys.
Go for it.
Yes, please.
That brings my pool size to 3, right?
Yes.
Got to communicate 6 with a focus in diplomacy. Would this be kind of diplomacy or?
Yeah, I would say this could be counted as diplomacy.
Okay.
I'll
I'm
do
going
my
to
roll.
attempt to assist. I'm going to
So
use.
you roll 1d20. You roll 1d20.
Okay.
Oh, see if you can pile on.
I'm going to use power. Great power must be kept in check. I'm not fond of the sisterhood. 1d20. Roll. No success.
Oh, all right. So
2
you
momentum.
guys gain 2 momentum. And you see as you begin to talk, how are you assisting? Soon.
As Jay starts to move in on kind of a bargain / negotiation, I'll use some of my smuggling knowledge to augment, basically, I guess like. I'm going to help him haggle based on what I know about black market dealing to get a better, I guess, a better return for working with the sisterhood. Because honestly, I don't really think we need their help at this point, but
Gotcha.
that may be something to have in the back pocket.
So you're almost playing reserved cop. Like, I don't really know how much we should be sharing while Jace tries to build the bridge type of thing. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're playing bad cop, worst cop. That's what we're doing.
You're playing friendly cop, not so sure cop.
Bad cop, goddamn.
Sorry, I keep forgetting. I keep hitting that button because I'm typing.
Figure your shit out.
I'm
John.
sorry. I'm working on my mask. All right, Jack's been trying to get it to work. It's got a little bit of malfunctions.
Every time
Sorry.
this happens, I'm just gonna pretend like you're slapping your own helmet.
Just like,
God damn it.
sorry guys.
I imagine it. Side note: I imagine it kind of like the new Spider-Man, like insta-kill mode, but you keep accidentally turning it the fuck on. Anyway, so here we go. So you guys. So as you guys are doing your thing and putting her out, she kind of acknowledges your points and looks down and almost has like a smirk, like you kind of break through her defenses like just for a second before she kind of goes back to being like a little bit steely. But you guys are able to catch that. And she says, of course, I do not know much about Agrilas, but I do know a decent amount about the Specters, if it is the same group that the Bene Gesserit have been following. They are a small outworld cult. And as those things can tend to spiral into greater wars and greater conflicts, we like to make sure that we're following the beliefs of the local groups on different worlds. And the Specters are an interesting organization. We have not been able to identify any type of leadership to them, but they do all seem to be working with a similar goal, which is a distribution of power, is how they would say it. I think they feel as though the Empire is an outdated organization and is ripe for change, and feel that some of the, should we say, smaller houses and organizations are often tread upon without much care in the larger scope of the betterment of the universe.
So it's like Occupy Agrilas is what you're saying. Okay.
we have actually begun to, and the reason why they ended up on the Bene Gesserit radar is that they have been beginning to spread off-world in recent years, which is interesting as Agrilas is not a planet that is easy to get on and off of at this time.
Do you think it might be because they started to spread off world because of the reclamation of Agrilas?
I mean, that would be the logical assumption, but
Of course.
a lot of these a lot of the Dooms cults that pop up on worlds that are at the end of their life oftentimes find themselves having difficulty finding new members when removed from the overhang of a doomed planet. And so it's interesting that this one is able to catch new members off world. That is where this group is different than most.
Well, if they were able to... You said they were able to mimic your... Alright, I have a question.
Yes.
Does Jace know anything about the voice?
No.
Okay.
Unless you have like a feat or you've taken some sort of special like mechanical thing from just the general world knowledge, you would not know about the voice. Like I said, you would know that Bene Gesserits are, not necessary. The Bene Gesserits are effectively Mentats in that they have their own goals, right? So you never fully trust them, but but you don't know the actual workings of them. Basically what you know is Bene Gesserits are very good envoys and they are very good diplomats, right? So your assumption would probably be that they're using some kind of neurolinguistics as well, because that's what you use. You wouldn't know about the voice.
Okay.
Or if there's some other thing you can think of.
And then, like, universe wide, like, the voice isn't known? Like...
No, it is not a known thing.
Okay.
So...
I'm just reconciling, like, what I would
Sure.
know as opposed to what I know from watching movies.
Yeah, no, that's not. You don't, like I said, even when you, oftentimes, unless someone is doing it very overtly, it's very hard even for you to tell they are using voice modulation when they're doing it, because most of the time they are doing it very subtly, right? Like the few times when they're like, kill that person, and you can tell that there's something up with their voice is very rare. Even when they're using it in low doses, so to speak, where it's harder to tell, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
So I guess what I've gleaned so far, the Sisterhood's kind of curious about Agrilas being able to attract off-world people to the planet, given that it's marked for reclamation.
That, and that the different note here was that the Specters are able to get followers off-world, because most of the cults that are based on doomsday events and dying worlds, right? As soon as you leave that planet, it's like it's hard for you to be like, oh, the world's ending and you need to follow this religion when your world's not ending.
Yeah.
So it's strange that what they believe is a doomsday cult on a small dying planet can get followers halfway across the universe to follow them. Does that make sense? That's what I'm trying to get across.
I got you.
And then kind of what you feel like is a little bit in response, Shazoons, to your kind of back and forth, Sister Guy notes and says to Pablo specifically, looking at him, and the Sisterhood has also been monitoring House Persephone, and you have made great strides in your influence around the system. And the Sisterhood has been considering possibly providing the house with a sister for your to help with your needs and your diplomatic communications with the Lancerat and other houses, and I'm sure helping us to discover what is at the root of this issue would only be another mark on the tally of good graces with the sisterhood. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That was added by me. She doesn't wink. Everybody who cares, give me a communicate roll. Who cares about what's going on?
Even if we're shit.
Even if you're shit.
Okay.
If you're interested and you're paying attention
interested.
to what's going on,
Yeah.
give me a communicate roll. Yeah. Two successes is the mark here.
Just one die, you said?
You roll 2d20, but you need 2 successes. So I only see Jace right now.
How do you do it?
I got 1.
So up in the top left corner, if you click on the little meeple,
Yep.
on the second little bar at the bottom, you should see a d20. It says Dune Dice Roller.
Yep, got it.
So then target number, you guys might be a little different, but basically you looking at your character sheet.
Yep.
You'll take your communicate skill and drive of your choice, whatever you feel like would be driving you during this time.
Yep.
To roll. You add that up and that becomes your target number.
Got it.
And if you feel like you have a focus that would apply here, which would be like some sort of like communication or a diplomacy would have worked. I know for Zazund.
Yep, I don't.
And you can apply that. So otherwise you would roll with just 2 dice.
Okay.
Unless you want to use momentum.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just roll. Got it. Look at me.
There we go. Yeah. So Gus is still trying to figure out the military impacts of the conversation that is going on. Should I shoot her?
No,
I'm
gun
not sure.
shoot.
Yeah. Should I? I'm not sure. Everyone else, Gless included, everyone except for Jace, you guys, hear the conversation going and you pick up on the kind of the implication that was given. Jace, you pick up on the implication as well as you quickly turning to look at Pablo. You notice that it does seem like that offer piqued his interest.
Okay. Indeed, that would be a boon to the house. I kind of look over at Pablo, and I tentatively start to talk. We were able to capture.
He cuts you off, and he says, "Sister Guy, you've had a long journey, and I think it might be beneficial, and it has been obviously a great fault of ours that we have not offered you time to rest prior to our conversation. So I think you'd understand that obviously these events have been troubling to this house, and I would need time to converse with my advisors. So if you would prefer to take a rest, maybe we could convene at another time to discuss the sisterhood's ongoing involvement." And Sister Guy kind of like, of course, and very graciously accepts the offer for rest, and one of the house servants starts to shuttle her off out the main hall and into down one of the guest rooms, and then after she has left and the doors have been closed, Pablo kind of gives a signal and the dampeners in the room are triggered so that the conversation can't be heard outside of the room. And then Pablo turns to you all and says, "It's an interesting offer. What do you think of the sister? Is she to be trusted? Should we include her in any events or any additional information, including the capturing of said individual and what we learned?"
I feel that we can, if we.
I don't see any reason not to be able to right now.
I think it would be prudent to let them know that they have this drug that can cause people to be susceptible to outside influence, especially if they're considering how they're getting people off world, right? If they're this may be how they're recruiting people, is they're making them susceptible to these insane ideas. Now, I would say that we definitely don't want to tell them that any of us were poisoned. No offense intended to the doctor, but if the cure that he gave us was not a cure but a suppression, we don't want anyone to know that we're vulnerable to any kind of suggestibility, rather. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Also,
I agree with that.
Also, we can let them know that, you know, we know about this without making ourselves vulnerable to it. And then we told them, letting them know about that we know about the Specters and Agrilas, and then perhaps perhaps we can go back there with her and see if we can find what's going on. We also have to figure out further steps in the Canley. And also, it may be prudent to see if we can find out if the Sisterhood, since they're saying it wasn't them who did this, again, I'd like to point out, I don't think that the two things are being attacked by the Specters and the Canley that was declared on us. I don't think that the attack by the Scepters was in retaliation. It may have been concurrent with the Canley, or separate, but I don't think it was in retaliation. I don't think they would have had enough time.
I mean, we have discussed quite a bit of this distant planet and have yet to set eyes upon it. That may be a good plan. Taking the sister might be somewhat beneficial. However, as you note, with the Canley declared, it would not be prudent to divert a significant portion of our resources toward a distant planet, especially after our successful maneuvers against them. I would presume that House Corinth will be planning some kind of retribution, and if you believe that the two were not linked, then that would mean their attack has yet to come. So we may be able to send a small group to Agrilas in order to discover and see this connection to the two and determine if there's any involvement with House Corinthia in the Canley, as well as this organization of the Specters.
The only thing that gives me pause with that is if we send a group and they are poisoned as we were, then all of our secrets will be revealed to them. If we're working under the assumption that guard who killed the guard who was brought under their sway, if it was that simple for them to do, any group that we send.
Well, could Biggs' antidote, could that work as an inoculant? Guess would he be able to determine if he could create a vaccine of sorts against the poison that they use?
He
to
probably
make
could.
whatever detachment we send
I-
down there immune to it?
I would say he could determine that he could excuse me, he could develop some sort of of way of preventing the effects, not just from current doses, but from future doses.
Yeah. Do we know, does House Corinthia have a sister in their ranks?
Not that is publicly known, and most of the time, sisters are not sent in disguise.
Okay, so
Because,
if they
like I
had
said,
one, we would know.
yeah, you no one's ever heard of a sister sent in disguise because again, they kind of protect themselves under the knowledge that they are a sister, right? So their goal is to make everyone know
They're
It's almost
who
like
they
a
are.
grand
Right.
ordeal every time they show up somewhere, right?
Yeah, their power is in their
presence.
yeah, but in their gosh, what is it called? In their
Reputation.
reputation.
Their
Thank
lore.
you. Yeah, their power's in their reputation. So hiding it does them no good.
So I'm going to spitball here. I'm going to assume since they are curious as to why they're able to spread their doomsday cult off Agrilas, the Sisterhood does not know about the suggestibility poison.
No,
And
which is why I wanted
probably
to.
they're probably the way that they're spreading it off planet is they're doing little tactical hits on smaller houses and infecting the rulers or the leaders of whatever planet, and then having them, what's the best way to spread a religion, make it illegal not to practice it, kind of top down, coming from the top, you practice this or we're gonna, fuck your shit up. But if that were the case, I don't understand why they would make it look like an attack, so to speak, when they were trying to do it to us. It makes me wonder if they've done it. I wonder if they've done this to House Corinthia, and that's what got them to declare Canley on us. Because we know without outside help, we think that the Lilaxu are helping House Corinthia, but maybe House Corinthia was just under the influence of whatever this poison is, and then told to do something suicidal.
Well, Pablo listens to what you have to say and adds to that conversation. Says, we continue to have too many open questions. So I think that I would have to agree that our best plan here would be that we need more information. If the real threat is coming from Agrilas and not House Corinthia, then we must determine that as soon as possible.
Is there? I assume Jace would know this, but I don't. Is there a way to have like a diplomatic talk with a house you're under Canley with without, threat of everyone getting killed?
Yeah, you can send envoys and stuff between the two easily through the Landsrod and everything else.
Okay.
Pablo also adds, though, he says, I don't know if revealing, though, currently our knowledge of the susceptibility poison to the Bene Gesserit is the best course. If they are still involved, which I'm not sure that they're not, then it might be best that they don't know that we have a cure for their poison. Then we would have a card to play against their trap, so to speak. However, we cannot seem like we're hiding anything from the Bene Gesserit, otherwise we make an enemy of them. So we must continue to appear as though we're helping the Sisterhood as much as possible. And he kind of goes back into a pondering position, thinking about everything that's been stated. And unless somebody speaks up after a few minutes, he continues. And he says, I think it is best, and you all know the situation better than anyone else. I think it is best that we get eyes on this planet and these cultists to determine if they are a simple doomsday cult, or if they are the driving force behind this Camley declaration against us. Do any of you disagree?
No.
Then I think we should plan for you to make way for Agrilas and try and determine the cause and why they are out to unseat this house. The only question is, do you feel like the sister would be a boon or a threat to your mission?
I don't think she's a threat right now, but
I think
everything works out.
I think that if we can persuade her to go, we bring with us the protection of her order, and if we are overtly attacked, then the Bene Jesuits would be a much more willing ally, as their sister is put under threat.
Does anyone else have anything they'd like to add? As he kind of looks around at everyone in the room.
Yeah, I would say really my only concern would be if we didn't have an antidote to the suggestibility thing. 'Cause if she is a plant, she's just trying to get us somewhere so she can command us to do something stupid. That won't work, and then we'll know that she's out to betray us at that moment. So I feel like as long as we don't tell her that we know we were infected and we've cured it, if she is using nefarious means, then she's going to operate under the belief that we are poisoned and not know any better. So I feel, probably would benefit to bring her with us so we can keep an eye on her, see how she responds to these situations.
The spy master kind of looks around and says, either way, we would know more at the end of the mission than we did prior.
You ain't wrong.
I've got a laser gun. I'll keep an eye on her.
Pablo laughs. He says, all right. He says, I'm sure this will not be an easy mission, and it seems dangerous, but I do think it'll be worthwhile. Again, we cannot divert too many of our resources away from the house, as we do not want to put ourselves at risk from a larger Canley, but I have faith that our skill set that this house has long been sharpening will be of great benefit in getting this group in and out of Agrilas without too much disruption. And then he takes a brief moment. He says, all right. He says, just let us know what you need, and then report back after you've made your way and determine what these specters have in store and how they are guiding this current situation. And then, like I said, unless you guys have anything you want to say to Pablo, you guys have your closing remarks, and then he prepares to leave. And he says, he adds, I will speak to the sister to see if we can convince her to be a part of this envoy to Agrilas. And then he leaves. With that, is there anything the group would like to do as far as changing assets or anything else you would like to do on Elysium prior to embarking for Agrilas?
Is there a limit to the number of assets we should have?
2, unless you bought a third permanent asset.
Okay,
And then
so
the way I'm doing assets, they are effectively slots. So if you made an asset permanent, you're basically solidifying a third slot. So you could then have 3 assets.
Well, right, but you also let
noticing.
you also let us pick up personal shields. So I have 4.
yeah, I've got 5 currently.
I will say personal shields don't count towards asset.
Even though they're
So you
listed
can
under
have-
assets.
Oh,
So I'll give everybody a personal shield plus your 2 other assets. If you've made an asset permanent, then you can have a third permanent asset.
All right, so I have 3. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, my last gun. All right, Can I switch out the blackmail information for something else?
Yes. So yeah, I would say now would be the time. So this is how, from a mechanic standpoint, I foresee it going is you guys are now embarking on more of a an infiltration mission, so you will not have the full resources of your house behind you. So gather what assets you want now. It'll be more difficult to exchange assets moving forward while you're on Agrilas. You can do that by picking up other assets that are there or spending momentum to create assets per the normal game rules. But I'm just saying, as far as like free asset changing, now would be the time to do it if you want to. So if you're unhappy with your assets, go ahead. If you only have, if you need to pick up another asset, for example, if one of your original 2 assets was a shield, then go ahead and pick up a third asset effectively and keep your shield. Or if you don't have a shield and you want one, then go ahead and pick one up.
and one of my assets, since I had 2 blades and a shield personal. That's what I had as my assets. Can I make one of those assets then like an elite group of fighters that I've trained that I could have with me?
Yes.
Or
So
deploy?
you could do like a fighting contingent.
Okay, so like this would be like a 10-man fighting contingent that are some of the most elites that I've trained.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
So just so you're aware how that works, because it gets a little bit weird. But for example, if you're in like a skirmish situation where it's like your party, like thinking like normal D&D, right? Skirmish, like your party is fighting another group. The 10 person, it's not like the 10 people would be there and you can be like, I've got 10 more people. They all murdered these people, right? So the 10 people could be used for something like securing a space or being sent out on another mission, that sort of stuff. So it is more of a warfare level, which is kind of the upper level asset, as opposed to like a skirmish asset. Just to be,
So-
just so you know.
So I wouldn't be able to use them in the middle of like if we're in combat, I wouldn't be able to send like this 10-man group to go deal with something to make our path a little easier. Or I could.
You may be able to do something like I'm saying, like if you're in immediate combat and it's like you guys are fighting
Right.
3
I'm not gonna have
other
10
people,
more people fighting.
right?
With me.
You can't be like, well, I
Right.
use my contingent to just blast them out of the sky. But
That
if it's
doesn't
like,
need it, it's
but
okay.
if it's like you're fighting somebody, and
Right.
you're say for example earlier, right? Like when you're in the hotel, if you're fighting
Mhm.
people, you could be like, I think there may be backup coming. I
Right.
want to use my asset to kind of go and cut off the backup.
Right.
Type of thing, and then that may make the backup arrive later, or may make the backup not arrive. That sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it wouldn't just be like, yeah, you have to determine how you're going to use the asset, and it can't.
I
Just
gotcha.
be like, yeah.
I don't
in
get
combat.
just 10 more people during combat. No, I
Exactly.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
just, but I can use them for like espionage or like clearing a path or
Right.
reducing a certain amount of.
Or
Okay.
for example, like I said, if you guys go somewhere and you're like, we need to secure this area, but we're also going somewhere else, you can use that
Right.
asset to add security to like a landing zone or something.
Right.
So you guys,
Gotcha.
when you get back, it'll be there. That sort of stuff.
Gotcha.
So,
Cool.
Yeah.
So noob question, my assets are all at 0. If I put numbers in there, where is that pulling from?
So the 0 number is the quality of your asset.
Yep.
By default, it's a 0 quality. You can use advancement points to increase quality of assets,
Okay.
and that basically gives you like an extra die, effectively when you roll. So like if you're like say you have like a blade, sword, and you're attacking, quality 0. Quality 0, it would just be, it doesn't add die, it adds successes. So quality 0 may be like, in order for you to hit somebody, you would need 3 successes because they have badass armor. But
Okay.
if you had a quality 1 blade, it might only take 2 successes because your quality 1 blade already counts as a success. Does that make
How many
sense?
advancement points to get a point?
Oh.
Because I got 10 and your boy is looking to spend.
Good question.
I'll be right back.
Not a
Because
problem.
you just said what I needed to hear about the blade.
So you may select an asset, the one which you only to make permanent. This costs 3. You may work to improve one of your existing assets, adding +1 to its quality by spending advancement points equal to twice the asset's new quality.
So
If you want to bump it to a 1, it costs 2. If you want to bump it to a 2, it costs 4. If you want to bump it to a 3, it costs 6. And you have
so
to
I
pay,
get a
you have to pay for each level.
pay what?
So, like, for example, if you want to go from 0 to 2, you would have to
Oh,
pay
I
2 for
gotcha.
level 1 and 4 for level 2, so it'd be a total of 6.
Okay.
6, not 7.
So I can only get to level 2 with 10 advancements because I'll have 4 left over.
Right.
Okay, well, fuck it. That's what I'll do. I'll make it a 2, and I'll get rid of. Oh. Okay.
All right.
Can you get rid of talents if I use points?
You can add talents. You can't get rid of them. Do you have a talent?
Why would you want to get rid of it?
Get rid of talent?
I wanted to get rid of Imperial conditioning.
Why? That's a good one.
No, it's not.
Wait,
Because
what?
I can't take a human life or cause human harm. It's like against everything I've been doing this entire time.
What Hippocratic oath are you taking, man?
That is part of you being a suck doctor.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's because
So
we've
like-
all argued you are no suck doctor.
Just
I would
just
say,
infection.
but it also comes with benefits, right?
I don't know. What are the benefits to it?
It says any attempt to coerce you into such an action automatically fails. And you
That's true.
automatically succeed on any skill test to persuade another that you intend them no harm. So
Okay.
I'll say though, I'll say if you want to, you can spend the 10 points to normally add a talent to remove a talent.
Well, I just was looking at
If
the
that's
top
what you
part, and
want.
I was like, man, this is completely different from how I've been actually playing it. So I didn't know if I would be penalized after reading it, but I don't think it should.
I have not been as strict as I should be probably, but because
But technically, if they're dead, I mean, it was fine.
right,
And I haven't heard anybody but Trey, and I didn't even hurt him. I actually upgraded him.
and
So.
since technically you've ended every action with for science, I let it go.
All right.
No,
All
I'm
right.
kidding.
That's...
No, you should. Yeah, you shouldn't. Yeah, causing
So like,
harm. And
does
taking
that make
lives
me
is not-
kind of? So if we're in combat, I can't do anything then except be an actual medic then.
Like I said, I mean, I have let that slide because that's more of a social aspect, right? So like, may that come back to bite you, and like other like the Sook Doctor faction come back and be like, hey, we might remove your status. It's very possible, but as of right now, I mean, there are plenty of Sook Doctors who harm people.
Okay.
So
Then never mind then.
I've been.
I was just reading it. I was rereading over all my stuff, and I was like, well,
right.
this is
So
new.
before anything else you guys want to do before making way for the next scene on Agrilas?
No, thank you for the rundown on assets.
Not a problem.
I have an orbital transport as an asset.
Okay.
If I remove that from my sheet, is my ship going to disappear?
So yes and no. It won't necessarily disappear. Like for example, getting to Agrilas, obviously you guys would still be able to get like a ship to get down there. However, in the future, if you're like, we're somewhere away from like a spaceport and I want my ship to come pick me up, that might be a hard no because you don't have the ship as an asset.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So you wouldn't
Yeah.
have as easy access to it. Like right now, you have an orbital ship, so you basically could have pretty easy access to a ship if you need one. If you remove that, your ship availability will be based on like story elements. That being said, again, you can always spend momentum to create an asset. So if it is a very like a very limited time that you can think of, like that you like only when we're escaping would I want access to a ship, you can always drop that as an asset and just create one later with momentum, or create threat if you really need one, right? So
Yeah.
you shouldn't feel locked into anything.
All right, I'm gonna drop my transport, and if we need one, we can spend some momentum. Cool. All right, I'm gonna take a bio break real quick.
Yeah, I am as well. Like I said, unless anybody else has anything you want to do prior to making way for Agrilas, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna take a break real quick.
All right, cool. 10 minutes or so.
10 minute. Is that what we're
Yeah.
saying?
We can take the minute.
Okay.
Jace, was there anything you were looking to do prior to heading to Agrilas?
Yeah, I'm gonna switch out some assets.
Okay, I'll be right back then. And we can talk about it.
Hello, sir.
We playing Overwatch or anything afterwards?
Oh, I'm playing lots of games afterwards. It's up to you.
Of course. I don't have anything else to do, so good.
Star Citizen has a free week play,
I
so I
don't even know
wanted
what
to
that
try
is.
it out.
What is it?
It's like a space Tarkov kind of deal.
Hmm.
It's massive though. Like the scale is
Is it
huge.
the same launcher?
No, it's its own thing. It's like an extremely robust, in-depth space simulator fighting game. Like there's first-person shooting, there's space battles, intergalactic travel. It's still an alpha, but the game is like over 100 gig. It's insane. Usually to buy in, you have to buy either $50 ship or $100 ship. But this week they're doing a free week of trying, and you get to rent ships and that kind of shit. And so I figured I'd try it out.
If you like that game, you should try 5D
Destiny.
chess with multiverse time travel. That game's hard as shit.
I would imagine.
Is
I
that
get lost all the
you
time.
talking about Star Citizen?
I am talking about Star Citizen, sir.
Yeah.
Have you bitten off on that apple?
I've seen some of the videos. It looks pretty cool, but I have not played it. I'm like,
I've never played
I'll give it some more space. I'll let it
Yeah.
simmer a little bit longer.
That's what I thought I was gonna do, but then I talked to some people and they're like, "This game's amazing. Like, you should try it. It's so incredible." And then, go ahead.
I was like, it's like the more I see of it, the more it actually looks pretty polished already.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing that they're gonna do is add more galaxies, like, and add more systems and shit.
Oh, it's on
And
Amazon.
it's fucking amazing. But since it's a free to week play, like you get to rent the ships, try everything out for free, explore the world, earn some XP, kind of just explore it and see if it's something you'd like to invest in. Because obviously, you could argue there's a pay to play aspect to it, or sorry, pay to win, because you can buy massive ships with real money.
Right.
But you can also become a badass pilot with a really cheap ship and destroy those amazing ships. So like I've watched people, like they'll have the full flight simulator rig, like with the joysticks and shit on their desks, and just fucking destroy stuff with like super cheap ships that are, because they're just badass pilots. So like the idea of piloting seems cool, and then you actually go down into the planet and fly through the atmosphere, and like it just seems really cool. So I figured I'd try it since it's free.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a massive download though.
Yeah, I just saw that. I'd have to download it tonight.
Yeah, I don't even know if I have space for it anymore. I've got so much shit on my computer.
Dude, I was just looking at all the games I have. I'm like, yeah, I really should delete some of these. Like, there's
Half
no
the
reason for
games
me
that
to
you
have.
ever download, you don't even fucking play them. You're like,
Oh,
hey
I
guys,
know.
let's get this, and then you're like, I'm never playing that.
Well, like, I still have Squads. Like, I still have Back for Blood.
I still play that. That's a good game.
I have.
Oh,
The
there's a
Witcher
mod
3.
for Squad, by the way, that basically turns it into Star Wars, and it's fucking
saw that.
awesome. It's like
I
a
saw the Star
completely
Wars
different
Squad.
game.
Yeah. I have all of the horror games we played. I have all of the Age of Empires and Call of Duties and Command and Conquers, which we don't play any of the Command and Conquers. I have Elder
Rob and I
Scrolls
play.
3,
Rob
4,
and I
and
play
5.
it. You never play it with us though.
What?
Command and Conquers. Rob and I play it all the time.
You guys play Red Alert?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have Command and Conquer 3 and then the Red Alerts expansions.
We don't play Red Alert 3 as much as we do 2 and 1 though.
Yeah, I've got all of them. I still have Disco Elysium, which I have not played. I have all the Dragon Ages. Like, I just need to delete a lot of this shit. Play it later. No, the game itself looks pretty amazing, so I figured I'd give it a shot.
What was that one game people used to play a lot, or still play a lot of, where you had to like get ISK and stuff?
Get what?
You had to mine like ISK, that was the money.
Oh, you're talking about.
But I can't remember what it's called.
Fuck.
Okay, Chris.
Sir.
The two assets I'd like to bring,
Google.
I'd like to bring a specialist squad of like a surveillance team,
Eve.
Eve, that's it. Yep.
and an assassin.
So you're bringing 2 squads, a surveillance squad and an assassin squad.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to give you notice now.
Yeah.
Assassin squad is not a cheat code to kill major story characters.
I figured.
Okay, just making sure. Hey, I don't know. The first time I've been GM and you've played, I'm just making sure. I want to be upfront about it.
I'd like to kill the Emperor with them. Thanks.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's not like, hey, we're on the planet, Golden Mother. Assassin Squad, done. Wrap it up, guys. We're out. I'm just making sure, man.
Game over. Campaign done.
What I'd like to basically the surveillance squad and the assassin squad would be working as a team.
Sure.
The surveillance squad would actually be not using them to surveil the people, but as counter surveillance on us. So locating people who are taking notice of us when we get there, and then the assassin squad would be to deal with those people if we need to. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. I'm just letting you know, like, there's still roles and everything else involved, even with those assets, right? So, just letting you know, it's not like it is not the Game of Thrones, Jack and Hagar, a child gives me 3 names sort of thing. So, just throwing that out there.
Well, forget it then.
Okay. I mean, I'm not saying I think it's a smart choice. I want to make sure expectations are where they should be. That's all I'm saying.
So, John.
Yeah.
Whenever I use one of those 2 assets, I'm gonna need an assist roll from you. Just FYI.
Okay. I got you.
Battle me.
Those are battle, and my battle is 6.
Don't worry, I got you, homie.
All right.
So it'll basically be like, hey, John, these guys, tell them what to do. See, I can tell them what to do, and then John can battle.
Philosophically, guys, assassination. It's about taking people off the board. That's what I need you to do. And they're like, so what happens when the guy puts a gun at my face? And you're like, I have no idea. Ask that guy.
Yeah. I can make sure that they understand
Right.
what's going on.
The word assassin, it originates from the Middle Eastern earth.
Yeah. It's actually a
Oh, John, you should check
it's
out
a derivative
that new Dune game
from the word hash and
That's right.
What'd you say, Aaron?
you should
sultans.
check out the new Dune game. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I was looking at it. It looks pretty rad.
That one
It's
is
hard
fun.
as shit, but it's good.
That one is fun.
The game that I've been really looking at is King Arthur's Knight's Tale. It is like a role-playing turn-based game, and it fucking looks amazing.
Oh man. I think we might have lost Trey. I think he fell asleep.
In the bathroom.
Yeah, it's taking a little longer. Listen, I get it. I understand.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying.
Sometimes you like to.
John takes week-long shit. So John, if
First
anyone
off, that's
understands,
not
it's
true.
John. He's like, I gotta take a shit, and then he's back next week.
I like how that's where John draws the line. He's like, Aaron says a lot of fucked up shit about me, and I don't care. I just make jokes about it. You'd say I take week-long shits. I gotta draw the line. That's not
Yeah,
true.
it's 30 minutes
That's-
max, and that's it.
My legs go to sleep long before a week, guys.
Yeah. If your legs aren't starting to go to sleep though,
That's the worst.
have
when
you
that
taken
happens.
enough time yet? I don't know.
Yeah. The worst part is when you're like in the middle of a chapter or an article and your legs just
yeah.
go to sleep and you're like, God damn it, it's a race.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
race.
I'm sorry, this TikTok video is not done yet.
Oh no. I gotta know what happens though.
It's only 60 seconds, but then I'm on
It's
to
like-
the next one.
And like the idea of like putting the like going, finishing up and then going outside the bathroom and reading the book just like doesn't
Oh yeah.
occur
No,
to you.
you can't do that.
like-
No.
Read when not using the bathroom? What
Right.
do you think I
Rude.
am?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a computer out there in the real world.
I play WoW and listen to Audible books. So I do 2 at once.
It concerns me about what your bathroom setup looks like.
I meant
Yeah,
outside
he's
the
got like
real
a
world.
tablet.
Oh,
in
I
front of it.
gotcha. I thought you meant while using the bathroom. And I'm like, wow, that is impressive, man.
Well,
You have
Chris,
like
I'm actually on the toilet right now.
you have like a swivel desk that comes from the side of the wall. while you're using the
No,
restroom?
I just have a portable chamber pot. I
Yeah.
have a hole cut in the chair.
Oh man.
And John, if you like Arthurian fantasy,
I do.
I have a good trilogy
John doesn't even know what that word means.
to throw your way.
Fantasy?
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough one. Yeah, please do. I was picking Chris's and Trey's brain for some books, and I have that whole sheet written down of what different options they were suggesting.
It's by Bernard Cornwell, and it's the Warlord trilogy.
Oh, you were talking to somebody else about this, weren't you?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I will note, I'll take a quick soapbox here. One of the best trilogies ever, and it's kind of like a young adult, maybe even like I don't think it's a kids trilogy, but like a young teen trilogy. It's called Beyonders. That trilogy is fucking fantastic because the ending of each book, as well as the ending of the story, is like it is so satisfying. Like they build it up, and it's not like depressing like Game of Thrones. It is 100% satisfying.
Yeah, that was the worst 8th season of anything ever.
Yeah. So
What are you talking about?
Jim, would that be The Winter King,
Uh,
Enemy of God, and Excalibur, the novel of Arthur?
That is correct.
there's
Okay, cool. I'll
there's
add
a
them in my Audible.
a trilogy of books called Beyonder series, and it's like it's one of those book series where it builds up like a villain. It's like there's no way that this villain can be beat, so obviously like this book series is gonna be super disappointing at the end. They're gonna like nerf him, or there's gonna be like plot armor or something. But no, the book ends completely unexpectedly and in a way which is like fucking like on point for the entire book, and it's super satisfying. So like there's even like a prophecy element, and yet instead of it like being like the prophecy is broken, the prophecy is actually held true. I mean, it's like I said, I don't want to give anything away. It's fantastic.
So that's the Beyonder
Read it.
series?
It's called Beyonders. Beyonders. I think the first book is called A World Without Heroes.
Who's the author?
Like it's Brandon Mull, I think. Something Mull. Brian Mull or Brandon Mull. It's
I think
it's like
Bryan
it's like
Cranston.
it's like young adult. It's like young adult, so it's like, it's not like super heavy, but it's also not cheesy young adult. It's like, it's good. Anyway, I would recommend it. It's one of my favorite book series after finishing it,
Brandon
so.
Mull.
Brandon Mull. Is it Brandon Mull? Okay, yeah. He has a bunch of other series I haven't read yet, but that one was, and it's a pretty
So-
easy read.
I grew up with the Redwall series. I don't know if anybody ever read those. There's only like 15 books.
Who hasn't? I haven't read them all.
I never read them all either. I think I ended at 10.
Fuck, I think I made it to like 2.
Oh no. I got hooked. The Badgers were the tits. Long Patrol, tits. So.
All right. Let's get back into it. So you guys are able to secure your travel as you guys are getting prepared to head for the Highliner, which for anyone who doesn't know or has forgotten, the Highliners are the giant guild interstellar ships which can fold space, and basically it can move whole houses. And so effectively you guys have a couple of ships that have your contingencies on them and your individuals on them, and you can load them up into the Highliner and they'll fold space. The Highliners do not go directly to Agrilas anymore, seeing as how it is a planet which is now dying and ceases to have houses on it. But they can take you close enough so that you can then use normal interstellar travel to get there without too much difficulty. As you guys do make your way for your ship to get off planet of Elysium, Sister Guy does join you. Pablo was successful in convincing her to join you guys. The Sister Guy mostly keeps to herself unless you guys. She's friendly, but mostly keeps to herself unless you guys ask questions. Assures everyone that she is just here to assist with anything that the Bene Gesserit can help with. And as you guys make way for Agrilas, as you're finally finding your way, Sazund, are you piloting one of the shuttle vessels that has you all on it, I assume?
Of course.
Okay. So as you guys approach Agrilas, dropping out of your interstellar travel, Agrilas is a looks to be mostly frozen planet at this point. It looks to be all white. It does have large oceans that are still water, though, are not frozen over yet. But it does look cold. There are large storms that billow across the face of this planet. The star, as John was once referred to as Roarbat, is this large, distant red giant now of a star, which glows eerily in this no longer bright light, but a cutting red color, as the system that you are now in is slowly dying over the next what the Mentats have determined to be 1,200 years lifespan left for that star. As you were coming in to land on the planet, I guess, is there anything you're doing prior to landing toward the planet, or as you start to hail the capital city of Rigloon for Agrilas, anything else you're doing at this moment? Just let me know. I will say the current traits as you were coming into land are that this planet is stormy and harsh, and also as you come into the system and start to get into your orbital pattern as you go to land on this planet, the long wave radiation that is now coming off of the star does have a negative impact on your electrical systems, and so there's also the electro disturbance trait. So landing, you immediately can recognize that landing your vehicle is not going to be a simple task, that it would normally be landing on normal planets. It's called Rigloon. I just activated it. Riglune.
It's a black screen.
Yep. Mine's
What?
half black, half gray.
My,
It said, I got the message that says you do not own a token with vision. Oh, there you go.
Concur.
How about
It
that?
just came in.
There you go.
There
No
we go.
problem. Yeah. So as you guys are coming in, like I said,
Oh, this is fucking cool.
interrupt me, Sazun, if when you decide to do anything. But as you're coming in, starting to come into the planet, as I said, there's other large planets in the distance of the solar system, but the actual planet of Agrilas is mostly frozen at this point. There's clear indications as you come in that even the capital city of Rigloon is no longer what it used to be. Large sections of the city are still active, with, we're talking millions of people, right? So still a substantial amount of people, but you can see that in between the sections of the city that are still populous, this city used to be all encompassing of this area, but now all that's left is like old buildings and skyscrapers, ruins that have since been left behind and are now being taken apart by both the environment of Rigloon as well as presumably the inhabitants, and reclaiming the stuff and getting it off world and all that. So with that being said, when you are ready, roll me a piloting check, and roll me a piloting check of 3 successes required.
I can assist with this as well.
And you will receive one, if you fail, just a heads up, you will receive one advancement point, just a note.
Okay.
You can help. Yep.
Yeah.
And so this will be a move check.
Yeah.
To be clear.
Yep.
And I'm using move and power because my ship's
Same.
powerful and it needs to be kept in check.
Damn straight.
The fuck does that even mean? That doesn't even know. That doesn't fucking work.
Okay, I'm using move and power because the power of Christ compels me.
Also doesn't make any
You mean
fucking
the
sense.
power of mother?
Yeah, power.
You didn't
No.
even get stabbed.
No, because I'm fucking powerful.
Wait, so can I use power as a drive, or do you want me to pick something else?
I mean, I guess I don't know if that power statement works. So
Mine
unless
says-
I can go with duty.
well, this is what I'm saying. Unless you have a way
Duty.
in which you think power will make sense here, your statement, then I will challenge that.
Yeah.
Which challenging, as I said, is not necessarily a bad thing. It is how you get determination back. But I would
My
challenge
power statement is through power I serve, I survive, and I become a legend. So I would argue that me helping with power, like controlling the ship and making
Okay.
sure we don't hit anything, that would be a power move.
landing
Build my legend.
landing in this environment would only help your reputation, so I'll allow it.
Yes.
All right, so Janu does not like cold weather. So at the first sign of snowy climates, he is compelled to turn around and fly back to the eyeliner. But my drive statement is that great power must be kept in check. And he knows that the specters are some form of great power as they are spreading off planet, and this needs to be dealt with. So he will put on a parka and suck it up.
You all watch as in the highly climate controlled and perfectly temperature regulated vehicle, Shazoon starts to put on a heavy jacket.
I am a leaf on the wind.
And I'm going to steal a
I will-
momentum to add
Love
one
it,
to my
Gus.
pool.
Yeah, that sounds great for a power statement, so that definitely approved. So 4 successes. So you guys succeed, you get 1 momentum back.
Cool.
And as you're coming in, you start to, like I said, you start to feel the jostle from the heavy winds that come in, and the rest of everyone in the ship. You guys have those moments of doubts, like
Is that my
This
primary
is-
buffer panel?
this is how it ends. Sister Gee starts to pray, and even as you're coming into landing, Jack, you notice, and it even throws you off a little bit. You're still able to help, but it even throws you off a little bit as you see the equipment and your guidance equipment continue to flicker on and off as you're coming in. And how Suzoon lands this thing in this environment is beyond you.
I am a leaf on
But-
the wind.
But he is a leaf on the wind, and he does. Let's hope it doesn't end the same way, guys. Spoiler alert. But yeah, but you are able to land it. So as you land, coming into the Regloon shuttle port, and you guys start to do your power down and your check and everything, you guys see as a heavy and bearded man starts to approach you, coming up to the ship, which is standard, right? He is the wharf master for this particular spaceport, so he's basically coming out to greet you and give you kind of the rundown of the rules of the spaceport, collect fees, that sort of standard stuff. So you guys come out to, I'm assuming you guys are coming out to meet him, and who would be greeting Horrell, 3 R's. Horrell, Horrrl.
Just rolls off the tongue.
Horrell.
I'll walk off the ship and greet him.
So Horrell is quite a large fellow. He stands about 6.5 feet tall. So unless you're also fairly tall, he's stout, heavy. Like I said, he's heavily bearded, and he comes out and he says, I got your tender request. Are you bringing goods, or will you just be stationed here for a time being?
I believe we're just stationed here for a fortnight.
All right. Sounds good. And he starts to send you over all of the appropriate paperwork and everything for you to sign. And, I need the the deposit, 2,000 Solaris. That'll be 2 days rent of the port. Everyone roll me a understand or discipline for general awareness in the area.
Okay.
Would danger sense apply?
Yes. You can apply danger sense.
Okay.
2 successes is the requirement here.
I'm just going to use truth. Look for the truth of the situation. Cool.
For understand, can I use the my smuggling focus?
Sure. I'll allow it. Jack, was that 2 successes on your? Was that your?
No, that was 0 successes on mine.
Okay. So we've got so then Big McLarshush, Shazund, and Jace. For one, you all everyone hears effectively what seems to be for a city that doesn't seem alive in a lot of ways. You guys hear like off in the distance what seems to be like a celebration almost going on. Like you hear like you'll hear the like loud bits of music here and there, like loud drums, and you might hear the occasional like off in the distance, you hear the small cheer, like, or which obviously if you're close would be a loud group of cheering, but you kind of sounds off in the distance. So you guys hear all that on top of the wind that's now rushing over the port above you, as you guys are now settled into this spaceport. Jace, Shazoon, and Big McLarge, you guys see as how do I do this? You guys see as one second while I get this set up. Where is Horrell?
What's Gus's character's name?
Gil.
Okay.
Who else? So is that everybody? No, we're missing one. Who are we missing? Jace. Where's Jace? There's Jace. All right. So you guys, can you guys see the map and see your characters on the map?
No.
Black screen
I
for
am
me.
black.
No, you're not.
Let's see.
You
Just
are
taking
yellow.
a minute to load. I think that is so.
I got the
tiring.
token error right before that.
I'm just looking at everybody's mice.
All right. I haven't set this up apparently for token vision, so I'm just going to unveil the whole map, but you guys can only see obviously the room you're in.
Okay.
Can you guys see that now?
Well, I'm still black over here.
Indeed.
And how?
What about now?
That's it. Yep.
There we
you
go.
go.
All right.
Bam.
So who did I say? Sorry about that. Who did I say? Jace, Shazoond, and Big McLarge. So you guys can arrange yourselves on the map roughly how you would be stationed. Shazoond, you are talking with Earl, so obviously I have you nearby him, but the rest of you can reposition as you want. But you see as a group of 5 individuals starts to come in to this to your port that you've landed in. Your ship is now stationed in, including another individual who is has a long beard and is another fairly large and heavy-set individual. And as he comes in, he starts to you see Hurl kind of turn around and look at him over his shoulder, and Hurl's stature immediately kind of like freezes in like a scared presence, right? And he immediately stops what he was doing and is kind of like frozen in place as this person is approaching him. So the three who noticed, Big, Shajun, and Jace, I will let you guys take an action prior to this person approaching Horrell, if you would like.
I'm going to take the opportunity to do some hand signaling to let the other members of the house know to just be ready for a fight. And then I'm going to attempt to position myself, not necessarily between Horrell and this newcomer, but I guess next to Horrell, I'm just kind of like an equals. When he walks up to address him, he addresses both of us at the same time.
Okay.
I guess that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. So you can move your character around a little bit if you want. So the rest of you hear Shazun give out the battle call of the House Persephone Goat and give the hand signals of, just be prepared for battle.
Can I make a danger sense roll?
I thought that was what was included in your perception, quote unquote.
Okay.
Roll.
Okay.
Didn't you include danger sense?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
What does that add to it, I guess?
Honestly, I don't know. It just says it's a focus. I guess I succeeded on the roll,
Okay.
so I guess I noticed the guy coming in. Does he have any weapons or anything on him, like obvious weapons or anything?
He is holding what looks to be like kind of a pretty hefty, not quite a short sword, not quite a dagger, somewhere in between, like a pretty hefty blade.
Okay.
He is holding one. I mean, pretty obviously, like, right. He's just walking with it in his hand at this point. And the rest of him is dressed in like heavy animal skin. So there's definitely a possibility of him hiding something. So just from a theater of the mind standpoint, the Agrilasians are heavily Nordic based, right? They're very much Vikings in a sense when you were imagining them for their appearances. And so, Big McLarge Shoes, are you taking an action as this person approaches?
I'm just kind of standing around waiting to see what happens between them talking.
Okay. And Jace.
I'm just gonna hover my hand over my shield
Okay.
to get it, to be able, if I need to turn it on, to turn it on.
Okay.
And that's about it.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so as you guys are watching, and like I said, the rest of you kind of get the late signal. This gentleman approaches Hurl and kind of gives him a very sturdy, kind of like almost like an intimidating slap on the shoulder, and with a booming voice so that everyone hears him. He says, "Hurl, I'm glad to see you met our new guests, but don't worry, we'll take it from here." And Hurl effectively just immediately turns tail and starts walking. Like, doesn't even ask a question. So you're right there, Jace. Hurl, or the individual who's walked up and kind of said that to Hurl, has not even looked at Hurl. He's just been like staring at you this whole time. And so as Hurl starts to walk away, he kind of, like I said, he kind of snakes around this other guy and starts to walk out. He turns to you, Suzune, and he says, "Yes, it's good for you to come visit Agrilas. It's just the matter of taxation from the Emperor."
Janud will look at him and Say, may mother's warmth shine upon you, my friend. She has beckoned her children home. I do not know of what tax you speak.
He kind of lets out a large chuckle, and you see as the other individual who is next to him. I'm gonna give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull these up and provide. I don't know if I provided these to you guys, but you see. So that's the guy you're talking to.
Okay.
That is Crone, and the other individual who you guys can currently make out their face. You can see him as he's walking. He kind of like shuffles his shoulder a little bit to where he also reveals a blade as he kind of steps up towards the front of the ship here. And the guy you're talking to says, we don't care if you're with the mother or not. It's just mostly about collecting what is ours. So you can go have your fun and find the mother. But the ship will stay with us, right?
Unfortunately, the ship is going to be returning back to the Highliner.
No. See, the ship is now Agrasian. It's on Agrasian soil. It is now Agrasian ours.
And Jack step forward at this point? Or am I still waiting to react?
No, there's no initiative at this point, so you can.
So Jack steps forward and he says, "Well, I'm on your soil. Are you saying that I belong to you?" Because, and then I pull both of my knives out and say, because I have these 2 knives that look way cooler than your knives, and they disagree with you. And then I put them by my side and see what he does.
Crone immediately bellows, like full bellied, like ha 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 ha. And then he like
Jack reciprocates.
yeah, and then he like pulls out from underneath his like sheep's skin that he's wearing a large axe, and he says, I like you. This one is going to be fun.
And then Jack reciprocate by saying, how about just you and me? And I hold the knife up like kind of sideways, but I'm pointing at him, and then I blow him a little kiss.
He stares at you, and then he looks around, and then he looks back at like the other individuals he has behind him, and he says, in Agrasian, everyone fight for themselves. We don't hide behind Mama's cloak. And then he comes around with his axe. I need you to roll a battle check.
Jack immediately, as seeing that voice mod clicks in, and he says,
Witness me.
and here we go. You said a battle?
Yes, I need you to make a battle check.
And this is him attacking me, not me him attacking him, correct?
Yes, this is him attacking you. Yep.
Okay.
Cool. All right, so you see as this like big axe comes around and swings, and as you give your little saying and your modulation, you're able to kind of move away and kind of dodge his attack, so it doesn't hit you. So I'm going to say, if you look at the ship and you draw a straight line through the center of the ship, you have a east and west side of this starport that you're in. Those are the 2 zones. So there is the east side and the west side. I don't know if I can draw a little. Let me see if I can.
Like,
can you guys see that?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So this side is 1. This side is 2. Those are the zones for the combat. All right. So, I went. So now your guys' turn to go. How this goes is you, as a side, get to pick who wants to go.
Go ahead,
Do you guys
John.
mind? Do you guys mind?
Take it, John.
Okay. All right. So, as he came down with his big axe, I sidestepped and kind of did a pirouette, just like a little bit outside of his range, but not full energy. And now I'm with my knives. I'm gonna drive with my hip up towards his chest and across like his midsection, and then with my second hand, depending on what that does, I'll figure that out. But like basically just like a quick uppercut, but with the knife across the chest.
You guys still sure genocide's not an option?
Yes.
All right.
Could have been done with all that.
We keep what we kill. So
So roll your battle.
okay. And because I'm using my knife, that is a +2. I don't know if that where I put that in at.
So that would basically make my success. I would need to beat your successes +2, basically.
Okay, cool. And I don't have any determination in this, do I?
I do not think anyone at this point has determination except for maybe
Okay.
Gil. Oh, all right. So
Oh shit.
So as you come through and you go to cut him, with a strange agility, this very large man gives you the old like moves just enough to dodge your attack. Like
I thought you had to have more successes than him.
Oh yeah, because you got to get +2.
yeah, I got 3. You got 1.
Yeah, but he gets +2.
Yeah, I got 3. He got 1.
Oh,
So
I
he-
don't get a +2.
Oh,
You
okay.
You did. Yeah.
I get you.
So I
Okay.
dodged. Yeah, I dodged your attack. I beat it.
So
yeah.
it's zeroed up. Okay, I gotcha.
Right. Yeah. So as you come through and you go to cut him, like I said, he from like the sense of like a pretty experienced soldier type, is able to dodge around. So
Can I
You get thought he was
burn a
gonna cheat him.
momentum on that to make it a success, or is that or another die, or is that too late?
I don't think you can burn a momentum to just add a success. You need to add a die, and I would say you have to do that beforehand.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah. Our turn now. The other individual who revealed from their cloak a dagger also starts to come at you, Jack. And roll me another battle check.
Yep.
Hey, while you're doing that, Jack, are any of these guys using shields?
As best you can tell, they all look to be wearing shields. Oh, all right.
You have to wear a shield.
So as he comes at you,
We're all wearing shields.
as he comes at you from the side, you don't see him coming, and he comes up and goes to jam his blade right into you. But sensing him coming at the last minute, you're able to basically almost take like a acceleration step towards him, causing that blade to be coming in too quickly, so your shield is able to stop it.
Nice.
And so now your guys' turn.
And Jack can't go again, right?
Jack can't go until everyone else has gone.
Can I give Jack my turn?
You cannot.
I'm basically just gonna stick next to this lady in case somebody comes from behind her or something that we haven't seen.
All right.
So I'm gonna go probably a little bit later.
Oh, so you're not going now. Okay. So who wants to act now?
Fine.
All right.
If I can make a recommendation, I don't want to overstep. Gus, you are the other pretty hefty battle-oriented individual, and so if you can try and take someone else off the map now, that would be advantageous to the team.
Yep.
Who hasn't gone yet? So all of the 3 individuals in the back have not gone yet, so you could target one of them.
Okay.
And if I'm metagaming too much, just let me know.
No, I think that's fair.
Yeah, so you would just let me know what you want to do. So I was just throwing out suggestions that if you wanted to so how this battle in this game works is you can basically attack anyone that's in the same zone as you. So since you are in zone 1 and also all of the other people in the back are zone 1, you could say while the fighting is going on around Jack, you kind of use that opportunity to sneak around back and try and start coming at them from a flanking position. And you could target one of the 3 generic baddies in the back of, if you would like.
Yeah, I'm gonna come around a flank and hit the generic baddie on the way left.
All right, I'm gonna move your character real quick. And I'm
Yeah,
just
I
gonna
can
say,
move him.
Yeah, you can. I just did it since you were talking.
Okay, thank
so
you.
You're saying that guy that you're now in front of right now. Correct.
I don't see Gus's token.
I don't see any.
Oh, there it is.
See it
Okay.
now? Okay.
Where am I? Oh yeah, yeah, right there. Yeah,
I
right
had
there.
it. I had
That's
it
right.
hidden for some reason. I'm not
Perfect.
sure why. Okay, there you go. Yeah. So then, what you're gonna do is roll me a battle check.
Okay.
Your choice of drive.
All right, here we go.
And so, I scored 2 successes. So you would need to beat 2 successes, unless you have an asset that is stronger than 0.
Yeah, this Dune dice roller looks different than the other one.
So you should use your battle for
Yep.
this, and then use a drive, whatever your highest drive is, if you can make the argument for it. So like power, truth, something like that. And then if you have an asset like blade or weapon master or whatever, blade,
Yeah.
you would say yes to that.
So again, like I said,
Got
let me know if I'm metagaming too much.
No,
But
no,
I would
you're good.
say
No,
I would say your statement for your strongest drive, I never desert my post. This is a perfect opportunity for that, right? You are taking up arms as
Oh,
part
got
of
you.
your post here, so you can
Yes.
use duty. So
Nice.
you would basically roll
Yeah, I
under.
didn't think duty would work, but yeah, it makes
Yes.
sense.
So anything under a 16 would be good for you, and then just you can then roll it with 16 as your target.
All right, that sounds good. Here we go.
All right, so 2 successes. So do you have a but you do not. So as you come up and you go to cut at this person, in the last moment they recognize you as coming after them, and he is quickly able to kind of throw up his cloak and mess up your attack just enough to where you slide off of his shield belt as you go to attack him. I guess now is my turn. Apologies.
No.
So, I will slide up here to Mr. Big McLarge Shoe. So as this is going on, one of the other guys comes up, and he is attempting to restrain you, Big McLarge Shoe. So
Restrain
you
me.
can roll me a move or battle check.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna go with a move, and it's my duty to protect this person that I'm standing next to. So that's what I'm running with. That's horrible.
And you need 2 successes.
Got it.
Oh, you did. All right. So excellent. I'm sorry. You needed 1 success. So you got 2 successes. So as he comes up and he kind of gives you like the football stance action, and then he goes to tackle you, but you're able to give him the old like bull run around and kind of dodge away from him.
Well, as he was about to charge me, I said, "Cover up my nipples," and then I threw him by the way.
You said what?
Come rub my nipples, and then I threw him by the side.
All right. Your guys is go.
And that's how it worked. Threw him off. He's like, "Wait, what?"
It did. It clearly worked. Good job.
So did we gain a momentum for that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you did. My pool keeps hiding. So there you go. So 2.
Can I make I don't know if there's like an observation check or something maybe to see if there's any kind of like environmental hazard in here that I could make use of? Like maybe a barrel of fuel or something, or some oil I could like throw on the ground and light on fire, maybe something like that.
I would say in the spirit of the game, you could use a momentum to just create that as an asset.
Okay. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out mechanically how this would work. So like if it were like maybe say there's like I don't know what kind of fuel they would use here. Maybe they're on fucking whale blubber or some shit.
It's
Just
not
some
that backwater.
some kind of flammable liquid or fuel that I could throw down to set an area on fire or set a person on fire. Liquids would ignore a shield, wouldn't they?
Yes, flames would ignore shield as well, so it only stops fast-moving projectiles, basically.
Okay.
Fast-moving things. So I would say basically how it would work is if you want to spend your momentum to create that asset, then you would effectively attack with that asset, and that is you like throwing the fuel down and attempting to light it on fire.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna grab a can of gasoline, for lack of a better term, off of a nearby crate and douse the big guy in it.
All right.
So I'm gonna use 1 momentum to create the asset. So would this be battle, I guess?
Since you're attempting to throw something, I would say it could be battle or move.
Okay,
So you're
I'll
effectively
use
trying
move.
to like projectile something, to grab it and throw it onto them.
The big guy seems to be the most powerful guy in the room right now, and great power, especially in small rooms, needs to be kept in check.
Absolutely. Sure, I'll allow that. And so he's going to give you a contested move roll
Okay.
to try and dodge.
What y'all think? Should I blow momentum on this to add to my pool, or just go and roll 2?
You already used the momentum, so we don't have enough to add a die to.
You have to beat 3 if that affects your decision.
I think you have to be using the momentum to beat 3.
Not necessarily. You can crit.
I could roll a crit.
I rolled a crit. I rolled a 1 and a 4. That's ridiculous.
I don't know. You can create. Does creating an asset require 1 momentum or 2, Chris?
I thought it only required
cool.
1. Am I wrong?
But I thought anytime you used more than 1 in a round, the second momentum. Or is that only for dice?
I think that's only when you're adding dice.
That's only dice.
Oh,
yeah, dice.
then, yeah. Go ahead, Trey.
What?
The F21 is on the washing machine again.
Okay, I'll look at it in a minute.
Okay, I was just letting you know.
Okay, I'm gonna pop a momentum, add 1 to my die pool.
In the
Or is it 2 to create an asset?
in the sense of keeping this moving, I've said 1, so I'm gonna keep it at 1 at least for this combat, and I'll double check later. So just go ahead with 1 momentum and create the asset.
Okay.
I think making it permanent requires 2. Creating it requires 1.
Okay, I know you can make assets permanent with advancement points. It doesn't say anything about creating them with advancement points, so I think you have to do that with momentum.
Momentum, yeah. So I'll just go with 1. Let's go with that for now.
Okay,
so you
so
can
I'm
add the
spending
dice.
1 to create the
Yep.
gas, spending 1 to add a die, rolling, 2 successes.
So as you go to douse him in it, he quickly kind of like throws up the lambskin that's on his back, and then realizing what you're trying to do, he just grabs that lambskin and like throws it, effectively like the majority of the gasoline you just got on him. He it's on that lambskin, so he throws the lambskin off of him.
Okay, all right.
So like I said, technically it was a miss.
Okay.
All
I gotta go check the washing machine. I'll be right back.
right, no worries. All right, Jack, give me another battle roll.
Yep. I've been rolling like shit today.
Me and you both.
Well, I mean, you guys have
No, you
cancelled
got
each other
crits,
out.
brother. I haven't got a crit yet.
I rolled good on that 1 roll. All right, so you are successful. So you guys get back a couple momentum there. And as this happens, so one of the other individuals from up back kind of runs up, starts to come at you with another dagger, and you're able to just simply like parry him away, sending him past you. Just shwink.
Nice.
Jace or Big McLarge Shoes, your move.
All right, I will move to here, and I will do my last gun through your personal shield move that I did last time. At the bar fight, you allowed me to.
Yeah, I know. I allowed you to do that.
If that's not a thing, then I need to.
It's an ever-changing world.
Then
I'm thinking. Okay. I will say you can roll a battle check to do that.
okay. I mean, would that not be a thing? I mean, I'm not.
I don't know. I don't know the rules on it. That's why I had to stop and think. I mean, I don't probably not, but it just seems like it might work. So I don't know. Let's go with it.
All right. Well, because there's a space between the shield and the body.
I have no idea how fucking shields and laser guns based on the Holtzman effect work. the fake physics of Holtzman effect. So I'm gonna say I allow it for now.
All
I still reserve the right to change it in the future, but for now I am allowing it.
Okay. If you change it though, I need to be able to change out of a las gun.
Sure, understood.
Okay. I just want to make sure, like.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
Right.
I got you.
See, like sometimes when I roll, it says Jason. Sometimes it says.
Al-
I see that too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know why that.
But you
why that's
won.
happening.
And we got a momentum.
You did. So as you run up, and you, who are you targeting? I guess
the guy who just came up to attack Jace. So
Okay. So as you run up,
Where's your guy?
Jace kind of parries.
or rather, to attack Jack.
Yeah.
Where's your guy, Jim?
I'm right by the wing.
Oh, you're the green thing.
He's the
Okay.
only one with an actual top-down token and not just using an image. So as he comes up to attack Jack kind of parries him, sending him behind him, and as he does, he sends him basically right into you, Jace, with your blaze gun out. And as he kind of stumbles into you with your laser gun up against his gullet, you just pull the trigger and sending the shot through him. And he kind of like, you can feel him as he goes limp, leaning against you and drops to the ground.
What kind of person is this lady next to me? What is it again?
He's a Bene Jesuit.
She is supposedly a Bene Gesserit. So gone. Okay. So Hurl fucking hauls ass out of there. And that leaves Big McLarshush.
I don't really know what to do. Well, I'm just gonna do something random. I'm gonna look at the Bene Gesserit, or supposedly Bene Gesserit lady. I'm gonna tell her that I love her. I'm gonna tell her that I love her, and that I think she's super pretty, and I'm going to protect her and make sure that everything goes right on this trip. So I'll go with that, and then truth, and then see if something happens with that.
So you're professing your love to her? That's what
In
you're
the
doing?
middle, in the middle of battle.
Okay.
God damn, the doctor's romantic.
Yeah. I mean, you don't
Not
even
a
have
doctor.
you don't even have to
I'm a
roll for
Casanova.
that. You just profess your love to her,
Oh, okay. Well,
And
then
she-
if I do that, then yeah.
and she kind of looks at you strangely, and
Yeah.
she's like, "I'm not sure.
I'm not a woman.
What the fuck does that mean?"
I'm just kidding. Well, if I can do that as part of my turn, then I'll try to talk to the guy that was like tying me up. Like, why do you want to tie me up? And see what his reasoning was instead of just attacking outright.
Well, it's either that or kill you for your stuff.
Okay. I really don't know what to do because technically I'm not allowed to attack, right?
Like I said, I said I'm not holding you to that. You can attack. I mean, you're being attacked. You can attack. You can defend yourself if you like.
All right. Well, then I guess I'm gonna run battle and duty, and I'm gonna try to hit him with a random syringe, but I don't know what it's gonna do yet.
Do you have an asset that is a random syringe, or did you? I thought you used them all. Did you?
I mean, I have.
Did you
Yeah,
add to? Okay.
when we were before we came here, I
All
have
right.
8 again.
All right. Roll me your battle and attack.
And here you go. Yeah, it actually worked.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because I got a crit. Otherwise, it's a 19 and on. So, another question I had before I do that. Like the last round, he tried to tie me up and I evaded it. Is there counterattacking? Or could I counterattack on that?
No, there's not really a counterattack.
Okay, just wanted to
So
make sure.
you're basically just defending yourself at that point. So as you come in and you do that, you're able to stab him with what you have and inject him, and you're saying you have no idea what's in it?
I don't know what it does, but in this particular syringe, so I stab him probably right in the chest. It starts to swell up a lot, almost kind of like his chest cavity is being filled with air. But because of what it is, it's basically coagulating all the blood inside of his body, and I don't know if it'll kill him or anything, but it should definitely hurt.
All right. As you're doing that, the Sister Guy looks at him and says, and asks him to drop his weapon. You should drop your weapon, she says to him. And you see as his chest is now starting to fill up, and he kind of takes a look at his blade and he drops it on the ground.
Thanks. See, we're a good team.
She gives you a smile. Now we are back. That is one full round, so we are back to everyone. So you guys get to act.
Hit it, John. He's not here.
He just left.
I'm here. I thought my dog was barking. Good. It might be. Anyways, all right. I'm gonna go and attack the big guy again, and
right.
I'm gonna say,
This is fun. But what you don't know is I'm the jungle art bitch.
and then I'm gonna attempt to slice this motherfucker's head off.
All right. Roll it.
Let's go. +2. You did, bitch.
Get the fuck out.
You are dead.
As you say that and you come at him and you come down with your blade, he like whips up his axe and it like catches in between the head of his axe and his thing, and he looks at you dead in the eye, and like the jolliness that was in him laughing and having a good time at this, immediately soaks away, and he looks at you and he says, "No one claims to be the Jungula." And then he comes the fuck at you.
So do I hit him though, right?
No, I beat you.
No, you didn't. I have 3 + 2 with the knife.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
My bad. So I forgot your toss too. So he says that, but as you can see, you did cut him into the into his shoulder.
Okay.
So now, and it starts to bleed at this point.
Yeah.
So you clearly struck through his shield.
Okay.
And so as that happens, I'm going to use a threat, get me some extra die, and I need you to make a battle check, Mr. John.
Okay. I would also like to use some momentum on this
Okay.
to get to buy an extra die.
You have to do it before.
We're doing it right now.
Do it right now. Yeah, you can use it.
Yeah, he's attacking me now. So I'm gonna go to 3 die, and that's 1 momentum, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice.
So as he
And we get that bitch back. Very
Yeah.
nice.
as he comes up with you, he as he's holding the axe and your blade against it, he comes up at you with the other hand with his dagger, and as he does, you notice that it is a fairly keen looking dagger, and as it starts to come up against your shield, you realize you just barely avoided that thing sliding in between your ribs.
Yeah.
As that is is much nicer than a standard dagger.
That he
So
wants.
now it is back to your turn. So Gus, you can act, or anyone else
Do
can
it,
act at this
Gus.
point.
Fuck these bitches up, Gus.
Get him.
Gil is for real. Gil is for real.
What's Gil's last name, or is he just Gil?
It's Zod.
It's like Cher. It's just
Gil's
Gil.
is Zod.
Just Gil.
I'm going to go after John's big guy.
All
I
right.
I see there's an opening, and he almost cut his head off, and I was trying to catch it before it hit the ground. I was gonna roll for that.
All right. Roll. If you want to go for the big guy, roll me the battle.
Okay.
Oh, all right. So as you come up, and you have standard assets, correct? You haven't upgraded any.
Correct.
Okay. So as you come up against him, how are you attacking him?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll say as
Yeah.
you come up against him, you take the blade that John has that's already kind of dug into his shoulder, and you kind of just come down on top of it and you press into it, and you watch as it starts to dig farther into his shoulder.
Oh yeah, that's
As
good.
you've kind of like run up and like boom, basically hit it into him, and the large man gives kind of an audible like "Rah!"
Yeah.
and like looks at you like 2 ants. Fuck. All right.
Yes.
And then it is my turn. And seeing you just downed one of his mates, Mr. Jace,
Mm-hmm.
this other cloaked individual slides up next to you, and I need you to make a battle check.
Okay. Well, it's been nice playing, guys.
Ooh, 1 success and a complication. You got to get 1 success, sir. All right. So, do you have a preference on, or you have any interesting ideas for the complication? Other than just falling down dead, obviously. It's not really a complication.
The only one I can think of, you're probably gonna say no to, so that's fine.
Throw it out.
But as you know, his attack, he kind of trips, and my lasgun ends up right in his stomach. I haven't shot him, but it's right there.
Okay. All right. No, I'm fine with that. So as he kind of comes around and he attempts to start to jab into you, the guy on the ground in last dying flailing woes kind of like kicks up and gives him a little bit of a trip. And as he does, he almost like grabbing onto your arm, holding it with the las gun pointed at him. And then it is your guys' turn.
All right, so I will continue the las gun push and try and off him as well.
All right, roll me your battle. You have to beat 3 successes.
I'm going to use momentum.
Use it.
All right. So as you go to jam it into him and you start
Damn.
to shoot him, he effectively pulls you closer, pulling your arm past him, and your bolt like drills into the ground of the spaceport.
Good thing there wasn't a complication
Yeah.
as your las gun blasts into his shield. Can we go ahead and just be safer and give me a fucking knife?
If you would like to, you can. Yes.
Yeah, because I'd really rather not like fuck this up and then.
Sure. If you
kill
wanna retcon your asset into a blade, that's fine.
All right. All right.
You just note it on your sheet.
Yeah.
So then, another cloaked individual enters the room, and then it is back to your guys' turn. So we have Shanud or Big McLarge Shoes.
I'll go ahead and I'll try to rupture the swelling in his chest. Using my knife, I guess.
You're just gonna give him a quick tap.
Gonna just
All right.
stab him.
Roll me a battle.
Damn.
Oh, so as you do, you come at him and you go to kind of pop the bubble that is now.
Is he at a
formed in his
disadvantage,
chest.
by the way? Because he doesn't have a weapon anymore?
He will be if he's going to attack. He basically can't try and attack you with a blade or anything.
Hmm.
But as far as dodging goes, he can still attempt to dodge your attack. And so as you go in and you try and pop him, he gives you like a frantic push backwards, just to try and get away from you. Stopping you from puncturing him.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be near me neither.
Yeah.
She does.
Gus, roll me a battle check. You need one success. Yeah, two.
Let's go!
Yeah,
Alright.
he done did it.
So as you're kind of like pressing up against this sword into this big guy, you know in your like keen experience of battle, you start to hear like someone coming up from behind you, and as he comes in to attempt to stab you, you're able to basically kind of throw yourself back into him, preventing him from stabbing you. So Shazund, you are up.
I want to pick up the cloak that I doused in gasoline and throw it on one of the new guys.
All right. Give me a movement. Oh, give me a success. Come on now. All right, that'll work.
Let's
Nice,
go!
good job.
So as you do that, you watch as effectively you grab it and you just chuck it at him, and not only does it hit him, but it effectively starts to wrap around his face, and you can hear him trying to kind of like frantically get it off, and it, as it starts to burn at his eyes, the soak from the gasoline.
The fumes would be terrifying.
Yeah, before the flame hits, definitely.
Yeah. And so now you watch as so as you guys are as Big McLarge chooses, you're pushed back. Sister Gee picks up the weapon that the other guy dropped, and she goes to slash at him, but he just kind of gives her like a backhand, pushing her away, sending her kind of a couple steps back away from him, her missing her attack.
Oh no.
And I think, is there anyone that hasn't gone yet on this second round? I don't think there is, right? So you guys are up again. Start us off. Whoever wants to start us off.
Well, now that he's slapped the lady, I gotta go. I gotta go at him.
Oh, Big, you going first?
Do you want to go before me on the big guy?
I'm not going on the big guy. I'm on the guy that's in front of me.
No. You would be going first, preventing me from being able to attack the big guy first
Why would it
before he gets an
prevent you?
attack. Because
But
that's how
don't
it
we have to
goes.
do all of our turns first?
So
No.
also note right now you guys are maxed out on a momentum, and you can
Yes, we
spend
use
2
momentum
momentum
to
to
maintain
to
initiative.
keep initiative. So you guys could basically go back to back and keep to it with spending
Okay.
2 initiative.
I would like to attack the big guy first, if that's possible.
Fine.
Yeah, do it.
Go, John.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I'm gonna attack the big guy, and I'm gonna say,
I am the juggler. I am the one who haunts your dreams.
and then I'm going to basically try to stab him again and disarm him with his fancy knife, and take his fancy knife and stab him again. But that's what I want to do.
So
And I'm gonna burn 2 momentum on that as well.
So to be clear, if you're attacking his asset, you won't cause damage to him.
Oh.
You'll be making him drop the knife.
No, never mind. I'll just attack him directly.
Okay. So you need 3 successes.
That's fine. I'm burning.
I'm sorry.
2
You need 4 successes. You have to beat because you're attacking. So you need 4 successes.
Okay. And I got a +2 on that too.
All right. So as you come
Wait,
down.
hang on, John. You made 2 extra dice.
Yes.
All right, so
So
that's
I used 2 momentum.
3 momentum.
No, that would have been 3 momentum.
Okay, sorry, 3. But
Either
then
way, it's fine.
And then I had a +2 on that 5.
Yeah. So you get back 2 momentum, and then and so as you come down, and so how are you attacking him? I
So
should ask.
I think of it as kind of like a flurry. So I've got both of my knights. I've already attacked one shoulder, so I'm going to attack down into the chest and then into the neck, like where there would be an opening once I hit the chest.
Okay. So as you come down with your first blade towards his chest, he's able to deflect it a little bit and cause that one to miss. But as you come down with the one on against his neck, that one buries directly into like the meat of his shoulder and neck. You bury it in, and he kind of drops to one knee under the force of it coming down, and you can see the grimace on his face. That one hurt a lot.
Jack says, the jugular.
So are you
How many points of momentum does it take to keep initiative?
2 to keep initiative? So do you want to keep initiative and go Big McLarshoosh?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So what are you doing for your action?
So I'm gonna attack this guy again and try to do the same thing I did last time.
All right.
Just go after that swollen area, and hopefully it lands this time.
You got 2 successes. You need 2 successes. Oh, there you go. All right. So you come down. You have a blade, you said? So as you're coming down, you come down with your blade and you basically slash across his chest. And as you do, it ruptures the air that is now in it, popping the blood out. As it does, though, the blood just like sprays over both you and Sister Guy. And Sister Guy, unlike a Souk doctor, does not seem to be as familiar with human anatomy and blood. And so she looks stunned. She's just sitting there covered now in like human pieces and does not know what to do with herself. So now it is my turn.
Omae wa shinderu! And now he's dead. It's game over.
Could we spend 2 more momentum to keep initiative again, or can you only do that once per turn?
You can only do it once. Well,
Okay.
you can only do it once in a row.
Okay.
So you can only have 2 people go at once. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or no, he's engaged with Jace. So Jace, roll me a battle.
Okay. And it's just straight battle, right?
Well, you add a drive.
Well, I mean, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need 2 successes. Or I'm sorry, you need 1 success.
I got 2.
Was that your? Oh yeah, that was your. Okay. So still kind of like grappling with you, trying to make sure he's not getting hit by your blaster.
Vibro blade.
Sorry. Oh, vibroblade. He comes. He tries to kind of cut across you, but misses.
Okay.
And then it is your guys' turn.
I would
Gil,
like
you
to
wanna-
go now.
You guys want to finish off that big guy? And we get another momentum too, Chris.
Yeah, John, how far do you feel that the big guy's down? Should I just step on his head?
He's laying on or not laying, but he's on his knees bleeding.
Yeah, so
I mean,
so with
part
my-
of that is too, though, is you've basically just pushed him to the ground, right? So
okay.
he's not like prone.
It's up to you, brother.
That was more flair.
Should
If you
stab him
want-
in the knee so he can't stand
No,
up.
no. I was gonna say if you want to go after him, man, go after him. If you want to go after somebody else, you're worried about the rest of the party. We're good. It's up to you.
Well, I was gonna go help out.
It has to be in our zone.
I was gonna go over and help Aaron in his love, but it looked
Oh,
like
Yeah.
we're good.
No, go for it.
yeah, that looked like
Oh,
I
they
was
already
gonna
killed that
be-
guy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna help the big guy because he seems to be the bigger threat out of the other two losers.
All right, roll me a battle. You need 4 successes.
Oh no.
Oh,
boy.
all
That's
right.
a terrible roll.
Oh man.
Man, we've gotten a
Complicated.
lot of complications in the
Mhm.
last like 5 rolls.
I know, man. It's been nuts. Dang. I am blanking here. I went through this complication. All right. So as you go to press your attack here,
Yep.
I will say that kind of almost in like a frantic at this point. Like this guy's now fighting for his life, basically, right? And so he basically grabs you and dodging your attack kind of throws you into Jack, kind of pushing Jack a little bit away, and that's not the complication. I will have to think on that because I'm not sure what that complication will be.
Sure. This feels like real life vids where I go to try and help John out and then I fuck it up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But I will say that does take up your turn. So now it is someone else's turn.
Trey, go ahead.
Nope. Someone else on my side. Sorry. Should have been more clear. I know what I got. All right. This is what I got. All right. So while you're kind of stumbling backwards, Gus, you're a little bit off balance and unable to defend yourself well. So the other individual, the other raider here who is attacking you guys, comes up and he gets a pretty open attack against you, but he only makes 1 success. So roll me a battle. You need 1 success to defend yourself. 2. So as he comes up, you're kind of stumbling backwards into Jack, and as he comes up and goes to start coming down with his dagger at you, you're able to kind of almost use one of Jack's blades to like deflect it in as you're running into him and stop him from getting you. Now it's your guys' turn. So who hasn't gone yet? Shizun and Jace?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Shizud.
Okay, I want to. If I don't have, like, would it be feasible for me to have a lighter or a flare or something on me, or do I have to have it in my assets to say that I have it?
Rules is written. You're supposed to have it in your. You're supposed to have probably in your assets. I would say though, since you guys are still next to your ship, there's a good chance you probably have like gear in your ship. So we could say that there's like gear around, and you could grab a flare.
Trey,
Okay.
I found an inventory system I hate more than the one you use.
Yeah, the asset system is not strong. So
I'm going to look at the
But that-
guy that I threw the gasoline covered cloak on, and I'm going to hold up a flare, and I'm going to strike my flare. I'm going to say, "Mother demands a barbecue," and I'm going to throw it at his face.
yeah,
Man.
roll me a move.
Delicious.
You need
this is
you
going to
need
be
2
some
successes.
justice.
2 successes.
Okay. What's my justice power?
Actually, I'm sorry. He had the complication against him where his face is covered, so you just need 1 success.
Okay. Justice is what you can get away with, and I can get away with setting this guy on fire. It's 1 success.
All right. So as you toss the flare the short distance onto him, it kind of flips and looks almost like it's going over his head, but it just catches just enough of the lambskin, and just like a moment after you see the flare kind of start to go by, the lambskin goes up, and this guy just starts wailing. Wah! As his head is now basically wrapped in like a flaming towel.
Excellent.
God, we're assholes.
All right. And that is this guy is also dead. That is all of my guys. So back to whoever hasn't gone on your side. Jason.
All right,
I
I'm
think?
not gone. And I am going to try to end this fight with the guy I'm fighting.
All right.
So my arm is currently extended like past him.
Yeah, you guys are currently like in combat. So
Right. I'm just trying to get the visual.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna switch the grip on my blade and just stab it. Try and stab it into his back.
All right. Ooh, you need one success.
All right.
So many complications all of a sudden.
All the time. It's nice.
Oh, I hit cancel. Ah, that was funny. I'm like, why did it not work? There's my one success.
All right. So as you come down and you switch around, you come in, you stab him, you and bring it up towards him, and as you do, he almost instinctively, like clenches up his back as he feels the blade entering it, and drops his blade he's currently holding. So now it's back to you guys. New round.
He's not dead?
No.
Can I finish my guy? Or try to?
You can try, yeah.
John's over there like Ross Perot. Can I finish? Can I finish?
I would like to finish this bitch.
Wonderful analogy. I love it.
I'm gonna use a momentum or buy a dice.
All right.
Alright,
so
so-
you get your momentum back, and so how are you finishing this guy off, Jack?
Holy
Um,
shit, John
nice.
well.
I'm going to literally just take this guy, like the knife that's in his jugular, and I'm gonna just pull it out, stab it right back down in, but a different part, and basically try to take the head off, like try to disconnect it.
Okay.
And then I would like to hold it up in front of all the others and say,
Bow to the jugular.
Yay.
to try to intimidate him.
Sure.
And I'd like to use 2 momentum points to keep initiative.
Yeah, because we're maxed. We should.
Gosh,
All right. So, the one guy sees this, and you're not sure if it's your threat or it's the fact that, the big guy's down. But you definitely see fear struck in the one remaining cloaked raider figure.
Nice.
The one that looks next to you, Jace, doesn't look. He looks a little more stern. Does not look affected by this display. And so you're gonna spend 2 momentum to keep.
To keep
Initiative. So, are you acting? Who's acting?
No, I was gonna say I'd like to use
Gil.
momentum to keep initiative and just say, hey Gil, help.
Can I talk one of them into using a syringe?
You could try. Gil, are you going to come to Jace's assistance?
Yes.
All right. So if you want to attack that individual, you can give me a battle roll.
All right.
Do it, Gus. I believe in you. You're the
You
man.
need 3 successes. Ooh. So as you come up and you go to attack him, he's still kind of flailing around a bit. But as you go to stab him, his flailing moves Jace around just enough to where you kind of hesitate and pull back, not wanting to cut into Jace.
Oh.
Damn it.
All right. And then it's my turn. And I'm going to use a threat here. and then say, roll me a battle, Jace.
Not really
Two
using mo-
two
can I use-
successes.
Can I use momentum for that?
Yeah, if you want to.
Indeed.
But no. When I'm rolling this battle check, am I still using the focus for the blade or no? I'm just not sure how that works.
No. Now you're not
Okay.
using the focus for the blade on this.
Okay. Fuck.
All right. So you take 1 point of. So how, I guess, quote unquote, health and damage work in this is effectively, you take your battle skill, and basically that is your health total, and so you will take damage up to that, and once you've taken that much damage, then you're effectively defeated.
Okay.
And so as you've got him, from underneath his cloak slips out another dagger, and he's not able to stab you, but he comes across slicing you to put some space in between you and him, and so you take the 1 point of damage. And as you do that, I will also say that man, I don't know, I'm struggling with the complications today. As you do that, you pushing back into Jack, you guys are unable to keep the initiative again through next round, as you guys have stumbled into each other and the fight is kind of in disarray.
Okay.
So then that leaves, but now it's back to your guys' turn. So who wants to go? I think Jace, Shazoon, and Big McLarshush, you all of you guys haven't gone?
Yeah, that's correct.
Correct. I guess I can come down and attack this person.
Yep.
There's still a free guy too.
Where is he?
He's this. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but he's this guy. That guy.
I don't see anything at all.
That guy.
This. Okay, I see. Well, which one's closer to being dead? That's probably my best bet. Actually, no. We'll go ahead and we'll try to hit him with a syringe again. Let's see if what happens with this one.
All right. Roll me a
The
battle.
good thing is that I keep a log of all my syringes, so I know which ones do which after I use them.
All right. Are you using one you know what it does, or do you not
Nope.
know what it does?
Don't know what this one does at all.
Well, what does it do when you hit him?
So I'm gonna stab him in the leg, and it immediately starts to turn black, and hopefully he should lose all feeling it as his nerves start to be shot, reducing his mobility. Yeah, that should be it. That's a good one.
All right.
Basically like gangrene rot from the inside, but in a very, very quick timetable.
Okay. As you do that, he starts to. He is like, has already been spooked by Jack, and at this point in time is effectively like now with a deadened leg, just trying to get away from you guys, and starts to run into the other room, hobbling on what is now one good leg. And so then that is Jace and Shanud. Both of you guys are good to go.
Go ahead, Shanud.
I am going to try to push him off of his one good leg and knock him prone.
So you will have to follow it, start chasing him, basically. So you're gonna have to move in after him.
Okay.
So sorry, that's another. We'll make this another
zone.
Another zone, yeah.
Okay.
And then Jace.
I'm going to. Alright, we're all like fucking tangled up. So I'm just gonna try and dig my blade further into him.
All right, roll it.
Since he hasn't disentangled himself yet.
Kamakuda, what?
And I will use momentum.
Got it.
God
Got it.
dang. Fucking ridiculous.
That's crazy.
I know it. All right. So you dig into him. How are you attacking him?
So my blade's already there, so I'm trying to just push it through his spine.
Okay. So as you start to push in through his shield and dig it in, you can start to feel it digging back into the back. You probably don't make it into his spine, but you definitely, are making it into flesh at this point. And as that is occurring, this guy in front of you, effectively, he just I no more, and he kind of just drops down and he like throws his weapon towards your feet and just like falls down to the ground, kind of taking not necessarily a prone position, but like a defensive position, trying to protect himself. So then it is back to your guys' turn as the new round starts.
Well, if he's surrendering, we should just interrogate him and see what's going on.
We still got a runner. So Trey,
Yeah,
why don't you go?
Shnood is in the room with the runner.
Okay, this is the guy that's limping, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he sat down at the table because his legs are broken.
So that being move, I guess, or do you want me to roll battle?
Well, you already moved into the same zone. So if you
Okay.
want to attack him, you can attack him. You can try and tackle him. It's up to you. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna try to tackle him.
All right, roll me a move or battle. Up to you.
Okay, I'll roll move, and I'm gonna roll duty. One success.
All right, so I will say, based on the fact that he has a bum leg, you were able to successfully tackle him down to the ground. As you do, you guys just both go through the small coffee table that is in front of you guys. Just boom, the table shattering as you tackle him to the ground, and he is squirming in pain at this point. As he does that, roll me a battle check, Shanood. You need one success. All right, so as you guys are now kind of like scuffling around on the ground, he tries to come up with his dagger to cut into you, but you're able to, with your hand that's not on top of him, maneuver it out of the way and dodge the attack.
Alrighty.
So I will say you have him grappled at this point. It's up to the rest of the people acting, as the other guy is not going to act. So you guys have.
Can I run in?
Reaction. You can move into the next room. That can be an action.
Okay, I'm gonna move in. So can I move in and attack, or I can just move in?
You can just move in.
All right, well I'm moving in then.
Okay.
Do I have to give you a roll?
You do not have to give me a roll to move in. What you can do, though, is if you want to, I don't know how this would work with the current situation. We can figure it out. But if you want to move in and move boldly, you can move him into the previous zone. So you're basically dragging him back into the previous zone with everyone else.
Okay, I'll try that.
That would require a roll. So then roll me.
I'll do that.
Roll a move check, and you need 2 successes.
Fuck, I'm so fucked. But it's worth it.
Well, we got 4 momentum if you want to add to your die pool.
I would say you already failed. However, so I don't have anyone else to act, though, so there's not really a negative. So now the rest of you guys, any other actions you guys are taking on this round?
Okay, can I say something to the guy?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him stop struggling and we won't kill you.
Okay.
Otherwise, I got a syringe for your other leg.
He does stop struggling, and he kind of hesitantly he looks at you for a second, and then he kind of drops his blade, like unsure.
Can I pick it up?
You can.
Yes,
So-
I would add another blade to my thing.
It'll go away at the end of the scene, though, unless you want to make it permanent.
That's fine. I mean, I'm just holding it at this point.
And so at that point in time, we'll say we will drop out of initiative, and we'll say you guys now have the 2 captives, as well as a dead Kron in front of you, with Jack standing up with his head in his hands, and we'll call tonight's session there.
Look, I'm glad he surrendered. I didn't want to
before-
plunge this knife through his vastus or his sartorius muscles in the other leg.
Before we do that, though, I would like to look at that asset he had and compare it.
Sure. Did you just learn medical terms just for this roll, Aaron? Did you
No,
learn
he
Yeah, I was a
he was a
registered
nurse.
nurse, dude.
I went to
Were
school.
you? Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. I didn't know that. I'm like, strange. Like every time I ask you what a syringe does, you're like, I have random shit. I've seen this in the ER apparently.
What's
So,
sad is this is what he wanted to do. He wanted to take faces off
yeah,
and stuff.
this
But society, Fred.
is
Look,
true.
there are black label backrooms that people get surgery in every day. Whether they survive or not, no one knows.
Fair enough. So you're picking up the dagger.
I want to look at what his asset was because it was obviously when it almost hit me through the shield. I noticed it was pretty
Yes.
interesting.
Right. So it is a finely crafted blade. It looks to be some sort of bone that it is made out of, or some sort of sharpened type of bone, and it has quite a fancy handle, and it gives off almost an orange shimmer to it.
Okay.
Almost like it has like an oil coating on it, but it kind of seems orangey, and it is effectively, for game purposes, it is a +1 blade, +1 dagger.
I would like to pick that up and give it over to Gil, since I already have a +2. Or could I combine that with my +2 since I rock with 2 blades? What's my options there?
The one of the limits of this game is that you can only really attack each round with 1 asset.
Okay,
So I would say
so I give it to Gil.
probably wouldn't
say-
do you much good.
I say, Gil, this is a fine knife, and I want to thank you for your help, my friend.
Oh, thanks. We almost got that guy's head.
We did get that guy's head.
Jack says, holding the head.
Yeah.
What do you mean we?
But I almost caught it before it hit the ground.
So, as you like I said, as you guys are there, standing over it, I will note the only other thing that strikes you is while Jack is here holding this head, everyone else who is not Jack, because he's not looking directly at the face. The strange thing about this head that you notice is his eyes, which are, horrifyingly locked open in death. They also seem to have a faint orange glow to them. And those who were present, and I think it was everybody. So those who were present at the Emperor's room when you guys were attacked,
They all had those too.
it brings back the memories of the fact that they had that orange color painted across their face, like a band across their eyes. But
Yep.
this person's individual, this is different, as this person's individual, their eyes actually glow a faint orange, as opposed
So
to
it's
it being
part of their biology at that point.
No, I'm saying it's
no,
different.
they
I'm
were under
saying-
the same bullshit that those other guys were.
No, I'm saying I'm saying it's different. I'm just pointing out, like I said, that what draws your memory back to. So the guy the guy in the gold cloak that you guys captured, that you interrogated, he had basically war paint, like a war tattoo paint that looked like orange across his face. This guy's eyes have a faint orange glow to them.
So it's in his biology,
Sure.
which means we can use his spine to see what happened. It would be in the spinal. It would be in the spinal fluid, which would tell us if he had been
This is
poisoned
it.
or
Nope.
something.
We're ending it right now. Nope. No more.
Before
no more
we,
medical
True.
procedures.
Before we end it, can
No,
I ask
I'm not
one
giving it
question?
procedure. I'm just saying, like, if it's in his eyes, like it's physically inside of his body, it means that there's something in him that we can look at to see if he was poisoned or what it might have made it his eyes turn orange.
It sounds like fake
I'm
science to
going
me.
to.
I don't allow
I
it.
am going to bring our prisoners and put them in full view of McLaurin's shoes as he is removing this dude's spinal column.
I didn't even say I was removing it. I'm trying to be a gentleman here. My girlfriend's standing next to me. I can't be. I can't be
As
crazy
this
about
is
it.
going on, I'm going to look at them both and say, there's a very real possibility that you can walk out of this room without that happening to you. Just tell us what we want to know.
Can I
well,
take the head to the guy that first greeted
Oh,
us
actually,
and just be like, well, the conversation went a little sideways.
well, so when the first guy
Okay.
we got, was he
Okay,
under
that's
that
what I'd like to do.
poisoning or whatever?
Say what?
I don't know.
So when he turned orange, they were under that poisoning, right? Or whatever that. Whenever Jace and whoever else, Trey got stabbed, right? The suggestive poisoning.
Yeah.
Did they have that orange type of thing to them as well?
They did not. They had orange. They basically had orange face paint tattoos.
So it's just a different effect. Maybe if next session, maybe I can try and use the medicine that I created for you guys. I can use it on that guy and see if that changes
We'll see.
where the
Make that as,
conversation goes.
make that as a note.
Mm.
Tonight, this is where we end it.
Mm.
So, with all that going on, just a quick closeout here. Won't keep you guys too long.
Why? We have to go play Overwatch after this. It's fine.
Oh yeah. So as far as the evening went, the descriptions and everything. So one place that I feel like I need to work on is complications. But as far as the other descriptions go and encounters, do you guys feel like you had a good vision of what was happening? Good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, that was great.
I love the art that you brought in. Like, I love the pictures. Like, even the excuse me, the characters, everything. I thought it looked awesome.
Okay, and then the other two questions I had for you guys is as far as kind of play style goes, politics versus story versus combat and everything else like that. Too much, too little of one thing. How are you guys feeling at this point about the game so far, the campaign so far?
I feel
I'm
like
enjoying
we're on the crest of a wave, and we're about to start getting all these answers and revelations and shit. So I'm excited for the next couple sessions.
Yeah, it was good balance for sure.
Okay, I just want to
Yeah,
let you
because the first half was very informational. Then once we got into the actual battle itself, the battle has worked really well. I like that. I think our initiative went a little bit slower though, having to pick each other because we're kind of figuring out what each other wants to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's an interesting aspect of this game, and I think that just takes some building some rhythm. Like I think you guys had it kind of near the end where it was like heavy battle, people are going to go first, and then kind of working it out from there. So that's good. And then as far as player agency goes, are you guys feeling like you're being too forced, too directed, or do you guys feel like you're making enough of your own decisions where you feel like it's your game?
No,
I feel like it's my game.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
I mean,
I
look
think
at my guy.
The only
Look at
thing
my guy.
helpful you've been doing is like helping Gus out, who's new to the, especially like this is a new game to all of us essentially,
Yeah.
like mechanically. So making suggestions and stuff, I think it just helps us. I don't see it as a problem.
Okay.
It's
And
great.
we are telling a story and only have a couple sessions to do it. So like I expect there to be some rails, because it's not like just an open sandbox world. It's a little bit of everything.
Sure.
So
Okay, great. I appreciate that. So I think one other mechanics note I had from this night is I am going to look in the rules. I'm not sure if I was doing it right or not, but the getting momentum for each combat roll achieved over those points seems like that's building a shit ton of momentum.
it's wonderful.
I don't know if that is like how this is supposed to be played or not.
It feels
I mean,
right
look
to
at
me.
this.
That helps.
Does it feel right to you?
Yeah, it feels really good to me. Just,
Yeah,
you know.
sure. The fact that you can use momentum on every roll and basically guarantee
Yeah.
it's back like 2 rolls later, though, seems
It seems a little OP for the
maybe-
players.
Yeah, it seems like it might be a little over the top. I'm not sure, but we'll see.
I think it's just a
I-
reward for me
I
being so
think-
good at combat.
I think we're playing it the way it's supposed to be. We've been getting lucky on the rolls tonight.
I
like
rolled
building
pretty
Especially
badly.
momentum back
John,
up, but
John
it's
was
also
John
we
was critting
can-
every other hit.
Yeah, but I mean, also we can take threat in exchange for momentum. Like if we don't have momentum, we can give you threat for die, things like that. So
Right.
I think it's working the way it's supposed to, but you can
Okay.
double check that. I think really the only question we may have had would have been how many momentum does it cost to build an asset or whatever.
Yeah, I took
I
that
think-
as a note. I'll double check on that. So the two
What I was
things-
gonna say is, in combat, since I've got 8s for battle, move, and power, like I'm always gonna be set up to be successful in combat. I think, like more than not. So it makes sense to me that that's where I would be able to build momentum because I can't do anything else.
Sure, and I'm not saying you guys shouldn't be. I'm just saying it seems, especially if you're getting like 3, maybe I don't need to count success. It might be the thing where I don't need to count successes from assets on momentum. I don't know, so we'll see. I'm just saying there may be some slight tweaks based on momentum gained in combat and obviously asset buying. So we'll see there. But other than that, I appreciate it, and like I said, I think as far as planning wise go, is everybody good in 2 weeks?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Totally
yeah.
in.
All right.
What's 2 weeks?
2 weeks would be
The third.
June the 3rd.
Yep, correct. So I will not be here from the June 30th until July 18th. So after that, I'll be on break.
Okay.
All right. So I'm pretty sure I'm free on the 3rd, but I may not be. If I'm not, I will try and let you guys know this week if we're gonna have to bump it back. Are people free the 10th? If we're not good for the 3rd?
Yes.
I'm always open.
I am free every
Should
Friday.
be okay.
Yeah,
You give me
Fridays are
D&D
good.
options, I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do either the 3rd or the 10th.
Okay, so one of those, and then just as a quick heads up, we'll see how it goes. Both the 17th and the 24th, I will be unavailable. So
Same here.
and I think we've got probably 2 more sessions left. So I'm thinking probably we won't finish up until July.
End of July if you want me to be here.
Okay, I'll figure it out.
I mean,
Well,
did you want to go ahead and try to finish it up now, and then we can just take a break between the end of your game and moving into D&D again? Just wait for Aaron to get back.
We could. I mean, like I said, I could take a look and see and figure out. So if I'm
Is
if I'm
everybody
not,
available next Friday?
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
be available
I am.
next Friday. So let me see. Okay. Yeah. So then maybe we'll roughly pencil in next Friday, and then we could do maybe next Friday and then the 10th.
That works for me.
And
Yeah,
then
let's do it.
That would probably close it up. So
Okay, let's shoot for next Friday and then finish up on the 10th, and then that'll give me time to build Gus's D&D character and Giles if he's wanting to play with us. That'd give us a full group, and then I can figure out a way to write them into the story, and we'll just pick D&D back up when Aaron gets back from
That sounds good.
Japan.
good news is we're in a pretty good spot where we could probably pick people up pretty easy since we're in like 2 towns, going from one town to another town.
Yeah, I've got some ideas. I just want to see what kind of characters they build. I don't know. Did we want to get together and build their characters as a group, or do y'all want me to build their characters off to the side and have them jump in?
I think obviously it should be up to them.
Yeah, I think you and Gus can get together at the
I-
very least.
I prefer the surprise aspect personally.
Okay.
So if you guys want to get together and build out the character, I like the surprise in game. So
Well, I like the sprites too, but I think getting with Gus because it's a different type of campaign. Him and Trey getting together to build the character, Gus can understand, his abilities and all that kind of stuff before we actually jump in, and then he doesn't have to worry about what's going on.
Is he
Right,
is he
yeah.
coming in at level, Trey?
Yeah, he'll be coming in at y'all's level.
Okay. Cool.
yeah, I mean it's up to you. I mean we can get together
Trey,
if you want.
I'll throw this out there too. I know like our party composition is a little wonky anyway, and we're losing.
I think you're losing one of your only healers.
Yeah. So if Gus if one of the new guys wants to play like a mage, I can switch to a more support, which will probably give you less of a headache with new people anyway.
Well, I mean,
You
what's
know.
going to happen with Bartleby?
He can bench it. I can swap out to a, I can just take a bench character, if that's all right.
I mean, yeah, we can do that.
All right.
I think Bartleby and Otter were the only two characters that actually had family staying in Neverwinter. So if you wanted to bench him, it would make sense for him to just stay in Neverwinter with his family.
All right, yeah, and I'll just build out another character. I'll just go with a cleric of some sort.
Yeah, well, here, I'll probably just pull you, Gus, and then let me check with Giles and make sure he actually wants to play, and he was just blowing smoke up my ass. And if that's the case, then we'll
Giles,
all three get on.
Giles said he's gonna check his schedule, but I don't know. We'll see what he ends up doing.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Just let me know, because I mean, it's when I start D&D back up, it's bi-weekly. I'm not gonna be playing every week. Just
Yeah.
save
How long
time
do you
for the
think it's gonna
kids.
be? That's what Giles asked.
The game, like sessions on Fridays.
No, like how many more weeks after we restart are we gonna be running this one?
Oh hell, I don't know. That depends
Yeah,
on
that's
how
what I
long-
told him.
Yeah.
I told him it depends on how long we want to play. It's what I kind of told him.
Yeah, it's a lot more open ended than a one shot. I mean, hell, that first like season or chapter or whatever y'all played, I think was 10 sessions.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely it's an indefinite kind of thing.
That's not me. I not Gus. Giles asked, so I was just telling him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
would say
Giles doesn't want to make a commitment just yet, but like he's interested since Cthulhu, and so I think he will definitely be interested in playing in the near future. He's actually talking about his girlfriend doing it, and they'll want to do one shots, just because, like, to see if she can get engaged or not.
Yeah. I mean, I've
He
got an
likes
idea
it,
for
so-
a D&D one shot that I was
Yeah.
going to run, so if they wanted to play in that just to gauge her interest level in it, that'd be fine. Dragon Heist isn't really... Dragon Heist takes place in one city. There's no driving around. There's no overland travel or anything unless y'all decide that that's something you want to add to the game. So the Dragon Heist portion of it probably won't take as many sessions as the actual... lead in with everything that y'all did this last time with chapter 1 or whatever. The good thing about it, though, with it being in Waterdeep, if people need to miss a session or take a break or something, their character is still around if they jump back in here and there. So it's going to be more kind of a West Marches type thing, but with like the OG characters that you guys bring to it, that's where most of the meat is going to be as far as like role playing and character development and stuff. I'll just say that the more often you come to sessions, the more stuff I'll build in for your character. If they seem like they're not interested or whatever, they can just kind of fall off and they don't have to keep coming back. But if they do seem to engage with it, then I'll start writing more hooks and stuff in for their characters.
Well, Brennis is excited
Yeah,
to be
the
playing.
only thing
just
is, like,
saying.
for a character like Giles, if he decides he doesn't want to play or he can't make it every other week,
Yeah,
then you can kind of write him in and out as you need to.
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I just don't want you to have to waste your time building it and then building storyline for his guy and all that kind of stuff for him not to show up ever.
Yeah, no, it's not a. I'm not front loading a bunch of stuff, so mostly my session planning is one session to the next. So everything that I write is, I don't go more than a week ahead. So if they show up, cool. I'll write stuff in for their characters. Only thing I don't want to see is have them say they're going to show up and then game night comes and they don't
that's the
show
worst.
up. I don't hear from anybody, shit like that. That'll get
Yeah.
you canned. Like, you'll not get an invite back for that. So if you say
Fair.
you're going to be here, fucking be here. If you can't make it, that's fine. Let me know. But don't say you're going to be here and then we're sitting here for 20 minutes waiting for you to log in and then you just never fucking show up.
Yeah, that's
Which
fair.
I've had happen in games in the past, which is why a lot of the
Oh, it
people that
happens all
we
the
started with are no longer playing with us. But no,
I mean, I tell you when I'm going to be late.
yeah, you can tell me when you're gonna be late. That's fine. Just if you say you're gonna be here, be
Communication.
here. You know.
Kind of need communication so you can play a game, and that's totally
Yeah.
reasonable for a DM to request.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I think it's
Like,
kind of
I'll-
required for anything.
I'll
you
tell
do in
y'all
life.
when I send out, and I'll do this when I'm running my game. When I send out a message on Discord or something Monday or Tuesday, hey, are we playing Friday? If I don't start planning the session till I've got at least 4 people committed.
Sure.
Because I'm not going to put the brain power into planning a play session and then only have 2 people show up because the encounters and stuff.
That limited. Fucked. See, I had a good one, and my brain. Never mind. Never mind.
But yeah, I don't. Just letting y'all know, I don't start planning a session until I hear from at least 4 people that they're going to be there. And
I'll text you.
Yeah, I write sessions. I put in hooks for individual characters as long as you tell me you're going to be there. So if I ask who's going to be here Friday and then I never hear from you and you show up for the session, I'll try to put in stuff for you on the fly, but don't expect for stuff that pertains to your character to be specifically written and delved into that session because I did not expect you to be there. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, it makes complete sense. And it's
Yeah.
fair.
I mean, if someone shows up randomly, like they didn't think they'd be there, it's fine. It's different.
Yeah,
from
no,
three
they.
weeks.
I'll still make an effort to include them, but there's not going to be like NPCs from their background, probably showing up or something like that. Or if I have, they spend an inspiration or a plot point or something to insert an NPC that they created into a scene that you're in, stuff like that. But
Also,
yeah.
are you going to continue using Fantasy Grounds on that one?
Yes, I'm going to move over to Unity. Which reminds me, Chris, I need to get with you at some point on exporting, I guess, as a module, all the shit that I built in Classic.
Okay, yeah, we can sit down and go over that.
Okay. All right, so yeah, I've got most of the story beats are written out for the existing characters. I guess if Jim's going to be rolling a new character, let's go ahead and I don't know if you guys are
Did
available
Jim's
tomorrow
die
night or
last time?
Sunday night.
No,
his character's alive.
I'm switching out just to. We'll see what happens with the new guys and what they pick, and if we need to have a more support character, I'll take that role as the vet player, and I can make Trey's life difficult with anything I play. So
Yeah. Hell, you make my life difficult even when you're not playing.
do what I can, man. I do what I can.
But yeah, I guess with that said, Gus, I'll reach out to you probably. I don't know if you're available tomorrow night or Sunday night or whatever, or just whenever, sometime soon. We'll build a character for D&D.
Yeah, that sounds good, man. Thank you.
Alrighty. Actually, I had one thing I wanted to talk with you about, Chris, real quick concerning Dune.
Shoot.
All right, tell me if this recap from the conversation with Sister Guy is accurate, and if I left anything out. Specters are a small outworld cult. I'd like to keep an eye on the beliefs of these outworld religions as they spiral out of control. They seem to be working toward a distribution of power. Feels though the empire is outdated and ripe for change. They believe some of the smaller houses are tread upon without care or consideration in the larger geopolitic of the empire. The Specters have begun to spread off-world in recent years. This concerns us as Agrilas is not an easily accessible planet for purposes of interplanetary travel. It's curious that the Specters are able to spread their doomsday religion to other planets, especially those not marked for reclamation. The Sisterhood has noticed House Persephone's rising star and is offering the services of a sister to House Persephone in exchange for mutual cooperation. Is that a good summation of what we discussed with her?
Yeah, I think that basically covered everything. So I was trying to look. I think, yeah, that covered basically everything.
Okay. All right. If there's anything, information that I didn't get in that, just shoot me a message or something. I can add it to it.
I think you got it.
All right. Cool.
Cool.
This is a fun session. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chris,
had a
thanks so
good
much.
time.
That was great.
Yeah,
thanks again as
absolutely.
well, Chris.
I enjoyed it as well. I appreciate it. So, like I said, I think we're on the home stretch, we'll say. So hopefully the next couple sessions are fun and exciting.
Yeah, I like it. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Good
Well,
times.
boys,
Thanks, guys.
it's been real. It's
Yep.
been fun. I'm
Gonna jump over to
play a couple
Overwatch.
Fortnites with my niece. But then yes, Overwatch here in a little bit, if you guys are interested.
All right. I'll have a good night, fellas. We'll talk to you later.
See ya.
See ya, Trey.
I
Trey,
don't-
get some sleep.
I don't know. If
Yeah,
I'll
seriously,
work or
Trey.
not. I don't know if I'll be on or not. If I am, you can hit me up. for Overwatch.
Okay.
Yeah.
See